What's up, everybody? We got 82 people in here so far. That's not a bad start for the day. How's everybody doing? Let's see, I see. Hey, just to double check, can somebody from X chat real quick? I got Twitch, I got YouTube. Never fully trusting of the X chat of whether it shows up. The Raskin talk about Civil War lunacy? I have not, but we're definitely gonna have to. So let me see. Raskin Civil War. It's definitely something. Let's see. Videos. We'll have to check that out. What's up? Over caffeinated. Love it. I'm doing good, corgis. Another day. I see 144 on X. Nice. Good shit. Yep. Now I see X. Okay. Awesome. Just got to make sure. You never know. Like I said, because the thing is, YouTube and TikTok, people don't chat so much on X. Like X really isn't set up good for like live streaming like that. They got to set it up where he has more of like a live streaming platform set up. Yeah, the problem when I play Fortnite is that I gotta set up the chat better because I had the chat down here on this screen, and that was a terrible, terrible decision because I couldn't see it. Right, it was like my microphone like took it out of my vision, so I wasn't able to respond to everyone. I also got a set up button so that I could talk, like I can mute in game so I can talk to the chat because I really hate doing the push to talk in game. It just sucks because you're trying to like shoot and move, and you're just like, like it doesn't work as well. So there's a long delay from X. Yeah, I mean I can't really, X is a weird streaming platform. Finding out some things for me. Uh-oh. All right, Vash. Good to see you here. We are here. At least you don't have to say on a live like you don't. The funny thing is, does anybody else, like if they spend a lot of time on TikTok, they find themselves speaking in normal life with like TikTok rules? Like I said that to my dad, and I will tell you, I've never felt like more of a pussy than when I said unalive to my father. Like, you want to feel like a bitch? Say unalive to your dad. And then he'll just look at you like, I'm sorry, what? You can't say clown. You definitely can't use the clown emoji. You definitely cannot use the clown emoji. It's wild. You can't say TDS? Wait, really? There's no fucking way they censored TDS. There's no way. You feel like you're the only person who doesn't use TikTok. Well, I mean, let me tell you, like, what is there? 305 times in the last 2 days? Holy shit. Well, let me tell you, like, there's 320 million people in America? There's 170 million Americans on TikTok. Like, post it, yeah, put it in Discord. I'll check it out. Let's see here.
I'm gonna come.
Oh shit. Simply Imperfect, thank you for the follow. Also 2 hours ago, Chunk PA, thank you for the follow. You've never been on TikTok? See, I told myself I was never going to get on TikTok, and then COVID happened, and I was so unbelievably bored. People are stuck in their ways. Yeah, it's like, well, TikTok's a lot easier platform than any other platform. Like, you just open it, and it feeds you shit. Like, that's it. I mean, that's the whole trick of it. Started during lockdown, went down the rabbit hole, realized it was 3 a.m., and I was like, nah, uninstall. Look, I get that. I 100% get that. It's like when I was first introduced to Reddit. Like when I was first introduced to Reddit, I lost like a day. Declared a ban on all the newspeak that everyone uses in TikTok. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. No pew pew, no unalive. See, I'm trying to bring my video style over to X. Like I don't know how it's doing yet. We'll see. So for the last 2 weeks, I like fully committed to putting stuff on X, to be on X as much as possible, and it worked out. I mean, Elon Musk, excuse me, Elon Musk retweeted me, so that was good. But we'll see. I'm trying to bring that whole style over to X, and to see how that works. TikTok is crack. You're 100% right about that. It is 100% crack. Just the way they design the whole platform is just it's an ingenious design. You got two there? Let me see. Let me go in the Discord real quick. I thought I had the Discord open. Let me see here. Where did you post it? Did you DM me or did you post it? Oh, you put it in there. Okay. Content can't be restored. So your comment was, and then let me bring this up for you guys. Well, no, I don't want to show the whole Discord on there. So you said, and another note, do not think he would have been a dictator for the first term, or did he forget? You have TDS and you need help. God help you. The other one you said, did listen to what Biden said last week. He said she was a part of every decision he made. Stop lying to yourself just because you have TDS. Wow, so you really did get community guideline violation for using TDS. Well, the problem with Clapper is their interface sucks. Bees, like that's the biggest issue with Clapper is their interface sucks. Like their recording interface. Like they need to copy TikToks. The problem with Clapper is because the whole idea of TikTok is you can just take your finger off and it's quick. It responds to you recording quickly, and Clapper just doesn't have that ease of use. Not to mention, I don't think there's any monetization on Clapper, is there? Tempted to delete my account on TikTok because it's just so toxic. It is. It is very toxic. It can be. Let me put it that way. It can be very toxic. It can be, like, I'll tell you what, like, COVID TikTok was peak. It was so good. COVID TikTok was amazing. But I don't think we'll ever get back to that type of platform. But COVID TikTok was amazing. All right. So, yeah, well, I don't think we'll ever get back there. Tell how you feel about Harry Sisson, my brother. Fuck that dude. He's just paid. He's just he might as well be an employee of MSNBC on TikTok. Can't wait to stop doing Kamala impressions. The funny thing is, here's the funny thing they talk about. They're like, what happens if Trump loses? Trump goes back to being a billionaire. That's what happens. He goes back to being a billionaire. And 2019 TikTok is COVID TikTok. I'm looking at the same thing. But I didn't get on there in 2019. I'm not paying to watch people's lives.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the
Oh,
cats.
shit. Thanks
Eat
for the
cat.
sub.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Thank you for the sub. I was there. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do love that we have these alerts set up. By the way, you got to thank the people in the chat that these sound alerts are set up. But yeah, you don't pay to watch lives. They're free. Someone who's white said he was a black trans woman and said, I don't need to shave my face because it's not what being trans is about. Well, I mean, according to their definitions, that person's right because they just make shit up. Like, that's the thing you have to realize. They're just making shit up. At this point, you just claim it and it's supposed to be true. Goes on, next 4 years will be hell. Yeah. Agreed. Kamala goes, yeah, but as I was saying, so Trump goes back to being a billionaire, right? And then if Kamala loses, she's nothing. Like, that's it. She just goes away. You like that song? That's my sub sound if you sub. Trump is not going to lose. I hope not. I seriously hope not. I mean, what? We're 10 days out from the election. So, never have anything better than Biden. Where'd it go? Never have anything better than Biden's axe he signed that didn't do shit. Exactly. Yeah, they have nothing to go on. Boy, I'm so tired of seeing her face. I'm with you, overcaffeinated. When I was growing up, if you were trans, you would pass as hard as you can. Yeah, that's the idea. Like, you know, but again, now what they'll say is that's traditionally understood, traditionally accepted of what a woman or a man looks like. It's so ridiculous. I put a picture of Illinois advisory questions on the ballot on a pin post, and I didn't know if you'd seen that yet. On X, let me see. I actually don't think I've opened X yet this morning. Josh Meehan? Who are you on X, Josh? Catch a flight. Nice. What's up, your wife's son? You're all good. Oh yeah, her face in her cackle. I can't. Hey, what's up, Chef? How you doing? Hey, sorry, I saw you trying to join last night, but we already had 4 people. I'm streaming on X, YouTube, and Twitch. So all of them, and I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Did I watch the JD Town Hall? I did not. Let me see. Let's see here. When was this? Are you talking about last night? Yes, it's your X name. X is Josh Meehan. It's like at Josh Meehan. I don't. You're not coming up. You're not Josh Meehan on here. You see people. No, I don't see you. I see a dude that says I play guitar. What it is, Damien? How you doing? This song is aggressive. I don't know what this one is. Oh no. See, I gotta get Spotify Premium. Well, let me see. I need to get my Twitch and TikTok accounts married so I can stream there. Yeah, absolutely. It's easy to put it all together in Streamlabs. Mr. Canman 77. Okay. What trouble are we getting into today? We haven't gotten there yet. We're getting there. Let me see. Mr. Canman. Hold on one second. Okay. Mr. Canman. Mr. Canman 77. Let me see. Mr. Canman. You're not coming up. Mr. Canman 77 not coming up. Well, I liked JD on Theo Von. JD on Theo Von was even better. Can you explain that dude who has men sleep with his wife? When did he say that? So he talked about that on the Whatever podcast, where he you're talking about Destiny. Destiny's a cuck. Just that simple. He's a cuck. I mean, that's really what he is. He is the quintessential of what a cuck is. Oh yeah, Destiny is badly trying to avoid them. But it's like I'm sorry, dude, but the problem is that if you're gonna be like Destiny and you're gonna be that type of person, you don't get to comment on what is cringe. You don't get to comment on what men should do. Like you have no right to say anything about what a man is or how a man should act. You just don't. Let's see here.
From you very
Oh, that's okay. So you just sent me Raskin's statement. You guys want to let's check this. Let's check that out because I've been wanting to talk about about the crazy shit the left says. Right? So let me see here. All right, so let's go check out. I want to bring this up. That clown sucks. Yep, exactly, Damien. He said he does that. She embarrassed him when she said that because he was like, I can't believe you told everyone that, but it was disgusting. The DEI hire is in Houston today, screwing up traffic. I love that you refer to her as a DEI hire. So the poly market thing, that's the betting market. So is it worth looking at? Sure. But I mean, guys, here's the thing about polls you got to remember. Okay? I got it. We're going to watch that in a second, Dax. But here's the thing you guys have to remember about polls. The polls told us that Hillary Clinton had a 92% chance of winning the day before the election. That's how much confidence you should put in polls. My Twitch name is the older millennial. I'm the older millennial on everything. So here we go. Let's check this out. All right, so this is the Raskin Civil War video where he made his Civil War comments. All right, so let's check that out real quick. All right, let's hear. I want to hear him.
very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes, what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on.
Bash, thank you for the gifted sub, buddy. Thank you, Simply Perfect. Vash just gifted you a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for that, Vash. I appreciate it. You said, how normal is it to expect election being delayed? Recently, it's become normal, but it shouldn't be normal. Starts at 1 hour, 1 minute in the link. Yeah, I got you. I got it right here. So, all right. So let's hear Raskin's actual comment. Won't be on that app anymore. Same here, this guy. I can't be on TikTok. They don't let me have an account for more than 48 hours. I don't get to have an account for more than 48 hours.
Right now, before our very eyes, is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, you know, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that back to life even as we're continuing.
So he wants to use the 14th Amendment. So he wants to use the 14th Amendment to ban Trump from being eligible to run to be in office. So he literally wants to use that amendment to force Trump not to be eligible to be in office. And then he recognizes that the American people are not going to be okay with that. So he's saying that everybody needs bodyguards after that. That is horrifying. That is a horrifying thought to have, where you're like, we're just gonna stop him from being eligible. Like, that won't fly. Like, if they do that, like, that would see. Here's the thing: like, if Trump lost the election, I don't think that would start a civil war, right? If Trump wins and they use that to disqualify him, that would absolutely start a civil war. That would 100% start a civil war. What's going on here? Hello? Why is my desktop is this frozen? I feel like it's frozen. Let me see something.
Continuing to amend the
Okay, there. It's playing. Okay, I was wondering. I thought the shit was frozen for a second. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, that would absolutely start a civil war. Like, that would be unacceptable. Like, you couldn't do that. It's just, you just couldn't do it. Senior. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Dax, I don't know what you just said. If he loses due to them cheating again, it's not going to be. Here's the thing. Even if they cheat again, nothing will happen. Like, I hate to tell you guys that. Like, nothing will happen. Even if we have clear evidence of them cheating, nothing will happen. Like, I'm just being dead honest with you guys. I'd like to act like something would, but it won't. Si, senor. Oh, okay. But yeah, is this thing on? But yeah, I mean, that's the reality, is like nothing would happen. Even if we had, because we had clear evidence of them cheating last time. Afternoon OFC. But yeah, we had clear evidence of them cheating last time and nothing happened. So why would they worry that anything's going to happen if they cheat this time? Typo in Spanglish. But I mean, it's the reality, is like we know they cheated. Like, we know the 2020 election was cheated. Like, that's it's very obvious. Hold on a second. Do you guys hear the music in the background? Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Not now? It's just a little too loud in my headphones. There we go. I just want it at the very background. Let me do this. Not now. There we go. I just want it playing faintly in the background. I wonder if Arizona still has their over 35,000 registered voters who can't vote. Oh, it's even worse in Arizona, Dax. Dax, it's even worse in Arizona. So Arizona, let me show you guys. 1 second, let me show you guys. Let's see. Let's see here. See here. See if I can find the article for you. See. Let me see here. Here's a let me show you guys this. Here, let me show you. 1 second. Let me show you guys this. So we look at this. Arizona returns at this point in 2020 and 2024. So in 2020, at this point, we had 495,000 Republican voters and 609,000 Democrat voters. Right now, we're at 428,000 Republican voters against 357,000 Democrat voters. 2020 Democrats had a firewall of 115,000 voters. Now they're running a deficit of 71,000 voters. This is just early voting. This is just early voting. So at this point in time, 115,000 more Democrats had voted than Republicans. But see, Republicans are getting out to the polls. Oh, election day is going to be crazy.
come.
Oh shit! What's up, Mr. MJ Mech 60? Thank you for following. Appreciate that, brother. But yeah, election day is going to be insane. Election day is going to be batshit crazy. It's going to be absolutely insane. Love your retweet by America's Rockin' Man, but him showing Nevada is 2-1 for Trump might have been more fun to see. Yeah, I saw that. Let's see. Republican. So you got the stats here. Republican, 1.5 million. Democrat, 1.2 million. Libertarian, 31,000. No labels, 32,000. Green, 4,000. Okay. Growing followers fast on X. I'm trying. I'm trying to grow on X. Trying to grow. Trying to grow over there. Yeah, we'll see. Trying to grow over there. Says we have more than 936 people on here from X. That's awesome. I'll take that. Shit. I'll do that. You know, but let's see. Republicans don't normally early vote. That's exactly true. See, that's something Republicans have never done. Republicans have never early voted. We've never been the early voters. But now I think that they're actually trying to avoid the craziness of election day. They want the votes in, they want them counted. They don't want to wait for that, you know, that 3 a.m. bullshit to happen. You know what I just realized? My shit is not centered. Hold on. Just realized my camera's not centered. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, there we go. Wait, that's not centered either. Let me just expand it a little bit. There we go. Hey, older millennial, just stopping by to say hi and mention love your videos on TikTok. Shame that your account gets taken down. I don't know where to follow you. Follow me on X. That's your best place to follow me, Paco. Follow me on X. It's your best spot to follow me. Illinois? What about Illinois? Let's see. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what's going on in Illinois. We are going to early vote. Good shit. Let's see what this guy has to say. Did you watch Ben Shapiro versus Kamala voters? I didn't, not yet. We can definitely check that out, though.
And I didn't catch this change. I must have missed this involved with all the other things. I never caught this. But if you're voting early in Illinois, it is through a machine. But before you panic, there's some things you got to know. When I was in Lyons this morning voting, they asked me for my ID, whether I had a state ID or a driver's license, a passport, because it would make the process faster. So everybody's showing IDs, and then they pull up your information on the screen, you make sure it's all correct, and you accept it. When you go to the machines, when you're done, you get a paper ballot that prints physically. You get to hold that ballot, and you get to read that ballot. And on that ballot is your code, and there is a QR code on there. So if you're voting, scan your ballot before you put it in the box. Make sure everything is listed. Everyone, I should say. I'm in Illinois, so I never vote for Democrats for state reps. And all the judges, except for 2, were Democrat. And they give you the option to vote to retain them. I always vote no, because I think the system needs to be cleaned out. Judges that have been on the bench too long become corrupt, and they become ideologues.
See, what makes me happy about that is he said in Illinois, they're checking the IDs. Like, that makes me very happy to see that. You know, but I'm very, very happy to see that, because that's like that is what we need. As long as we're checking IDs and shit, we're doing the right thing. You know, that's a big thing to me. You know. So that makes me very happy. I'm very happy to see that. Let's see.
Leon has a difficult time staying on task.
I'm gonna get my brother, his wife, and my girlfriend. There you go.
Needs to be more respectful of her teacher and her classmates.
Aaron is constantly falling asleep in class and is at
Let's
risk of
see.
being held back.
Illinois red.
Aren't bad kids.
All right. So wait, what is this?
Every 5
Long lines today as early voting started in Cook County. Did you guys see this? Long lines as voting started in Cook County in Illinois. Lines included early voters, absentee voters, mail-in voters, double voters, non-citizen voters, and dead voters. That's funny as shit. That's funny. Yeah, it's got to be. We gotta make sure in every state. We got to make sure in every state that they're checking ID. That's important. Like, let me see if I have. I think I have this. Let me show you this. So this is when people say that. This is when people say that like voter ID is racist. Let me show you this. I think I have this picture. Let me see if I can find this picture. See here. Maybe I didn't take it on this phone. Give me a second. Oklahoma also makes your ID to vote good. It needs to. Let me see here. See if I took it on this phone. This having two phones thing is annoying. Here it is. Okay. Let me send this to myself. All right, let me send this to myself, and then I'll show you guys this. There you go. Let me see. Let me just bring this here. See this here. Give me 1 second, guys. I just need to save this picture. Save images. ID, vote. Okay, so let me save that. Now let me see here. Okay, that was not intentional. All right, let me see here. Okay, why is it not opening? Hello? Okay, there we go. It just opened on the wrong screen. Give me a second, guys. All right, so. Okay, so. Okay, let me show you guys this. This is the countries with voter ID. Right? So, according to the left, all of these countries are racist. Every one of these is racist. Every one of these countries is racist pieces of shit. Jamaica, very obviously racist. What else we got? You know, Iceland, Sweden, New Zealand, Denmark, Canada, Ireland. I can't go through them all. But all of these countries are racist as shit because they all require voter ID. Here's the thing. California is not switching red. That's just not happening. But New York's a possibility. California is definitely not switching red. Like, it's just, although you guys got to understand, California voted red every election up until 1992. So like the 1988 election was up until like all the way up and including 1988. They were Republican. And now, starting with 1992, they started voting blue, and they have stayed that way ever since. But it's wild. Like, we just look here, and it's like, look at all these racist countries. So many racist countries. It's crazy. So many racist countries. What are we going to do with all these racist countries? Because they tell us that voter ID is racist as shit. To fix themselves because they're a state falling apart. I agree. Most Western states were Republican. Yeah, they were, because here's the thing. What made Western states Republican was they were on their own. They were like, they just wanted government to stay the hell out of their way. California could very easily be their own country. Iraq even checks. Yeah. Well, that's cause it's funny. We administrated that, so we were there. I was in Iraq when we did their elections, and we ID'd everyone coming through. Like, we ID'd everyone. It was amazing. The election in Iraq was more secure than our current election. Like, that's the crazy part. You guys keep telling me about this Ben Shapiro. It's a Jubilee episode, I imagine. Ben Shapiro versus 25 Kamala voters. Let's see here. Oh, Ben debated fucking Parker. That's hilarious. Oh my lord. Oh, I saw Dean said he schooled Ben Shapiro on abortion. I was like, but did you? So Dean apparently debated Ben Shapiro on abortion. And he said he won, which I very, very much doubt. In fact, let's check
this country right now.
Let's see if we can find Dean. Let's see if we can find Dean's. Let's check him out. Let's see how oh, there he is. God damn, he looks sickly. He looks so unhealthy. Dean just looks so fucking unhealthy. Like, it's scary. All right, so let's check that out. Let's check that. Let's see these. Let's see this.
Okay, cute. Thank you.
Wow, he got it this time. All right, nice. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How are you, Ben?
You know, it's been a day.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like an interesting setting being surrounded by 20 people that disagree with you.
I mean, the truth is I grew up in LA and then I went to law school in Cambridge, so I'm a little used to it. It's yeah. I've been here before.
Anyways, let's talk.
That's the truth. I mean, Ben, it's nothing new to Ben. It's Dean has a new post with no shirt. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't need to see that. But that's true about Ben, though. Like, Ben being somewhere where 20 people disagree with him, that's far less people than Ben normally has surrounding him that disagree with him. Like, 20 people disagreeing with Ben is a tiny amount. I mean, this dude literally gets people coming after him every fucking day. So this is nothing new. All right, but Dean claims he beat Ben. So let's see.
Talk about DEI. Do you think that Trump should have won 2016? I'll wrap it in. It's conceptually relevant. I'll demonstrate the relevance.
Okay, sounds good. By what measure? Do I think he did win, or do I think he should have won?
Do you think he should have won?
I mean, yes, I'm happy that he won. If the question is, am I happy that he won? I'm happy that he won.
Okay. Well, I'd say that Trump won 2016 because...
By the way, I did not vote for either candidate in 2016. That's a decision made in retrospect.
Awesome. So I think that Trump won 2016 because of a modality of DEI. Essentially, what I'd say...
I think he went up there just dying to use that word. Like, I think he was just really, really excited about using that word. And he probably had that in his head. He goes, use modality. Because it doesn't make any sense in this instance.
Is the Electoral College, right, strives for inclusion.
What is going on with Parker? Yeah, Ben's Jewish. Yeah, Ben, famously Jewish. What is going on with Parker here? Bro, he hasn't said anything yet. Like, here's what happened. These two guys literally rehearsed their script of what they were going to say together. That's why Parker's so excited. What's up, Andrew? Well, let me go back a little bit. Like, watch this kid. Like, what?
16 because...
By the way, I did not vote for either candidate in 2016. That's a decision made in retrospect.
Awesome. So I think that Trump won 2016 because of a modality of DEI. Essentially, what I'd say is the Electoral College, right, strives for inclusion of smaller...
He hasn't said anything yet. Look at him. He's so excited.
States with lower populations by overrepresenting them in the overall vote. You could correct me if I'm wrong, or the Sand fact checkers can. I'm pretty sure that over the last 25 to 30 years, Republicans have won the presidency.
Let me see. This video was less substantive than I wish it was. Some of them were good, but most of the clickbaity parts are just in it. I did see. Oh my God, this one. This is the one that got so fucking clickbaity. because people were just having fucking meltdowns. Like there was that one girl who was like, I'm talking. It's like, you're not. You're just repeating the same shit over and over. Like that I saw that.
Given the Electoral College, not given the overall popular vote. So if you're against DEI, if you don't want inclusion on the basis of race, inclusion on the basis of gender, or even what you're saying earlier, we could even say inclusion on the basis of class, why do you want inclusion on the basis of population, rural areas, states,
We should actually use a better example. Why don't you just ask if I believe in the U.S. Senate, right?
Like, the worst part is, he's trying to equate the Electoral College with DEI. Like, do you understand, like, how fucking insane you'd have to be to try to equate those two things? Like, that's insane to try to equate the Electoral College with DEI. The Electoral College exists very simply because we are not a united people of America. We are a United States of America. Your vote does not go towards who's the president. Your vote goes towards who your state votes for as the leader of the nation. Like, that's it. That's the only thing you're doing. Like, people get this so messed up all the time. They think, oh, I'm voting for the president. You're not. You're not voting for the president. You are voting for your state's decision on who should be the president. Like, that is because we are a republic of states. We are United States of America. Your state has a voice. You don't. You have a vote. You have a voice locally. You have a voice in your state. You do not have a federal voice. Your vote is not a federal decision. It is a state decision, and your state votes how the people of the state choose. Like, that's the point of it. Yeah, he definitely, like, that was the buzzword of the day, was modality. Exactly, Lisa. Hence why abortion was kicked back to the states. Exactly, because it is a state. If it's not a right or duty laid out to the federal government in the Constitution, it has to be decided on by the states. Right. And Andrew, you're exactly right. You said, yeah, you're right. There's a baseline logic to the why does geography matter, but it's based on values, not skin color or other immutable features. Exactly, 100% right. Because the values of a state is what makes our states different. The values of Utah and the values of New York are very different because the people in that state are different. You said ever since abortion went back to the states, abortion went up. No, it didn't. No, it definitely did not.
The U.S. Senate, this would also apply to the U.S. Senate.
Right, okay, so let's use the U.S. Senate because the U.S. Senate is actually even more unrepresentative of the general population than the Electoral College, which is at least a rough approximation.
It'd just be funnier to hear you say that you shouldn't have voted for Trump in 2016, but we could talk about the Senate
that's a different subject, but yeah. I'm very happy that he won, even though I didn't vote for him. I mean, we can talk about Trump later. Yeah. We've already done a bit. I'm sure we'll do more. As far as the idea that every elected body has to be elected based on population as opposed to based on the area of geographic distribution or the states that actually pre-existed the federal government. Okay, the way that the Constitution of the United States was created was as a contract between sovereign states, which is one of the reasons.
The fuck is these flags things? Guys, I've never fully watched one of these Jubilee things. What's the fucking flag? Somebody want to tell me what do they raise that if they have a question or they disagree with something? Can somebody tell me in the chat what the fuck the flag is?
Reasons why, for example, you have a United States Senate as opposed to just a House of Representatives. So is that a form of DEI? That seems like a stretch to me. What? The kind of DEI that I'm talking about specifically would be separating human beings based on...
Oh, they vote to interrupt. If half of them put a flag up, the person's voted out. Really? So wait, they can all disagree and kick Dean? That's wild. Okay, that's interesting.
Inherent characteristics, like, for example, race.
Basically, it's like what is it from Rocky where he's like, like, throw in the towel, where he's like, end it, throw in the towel. So basically, it's their way of saving him from getting his ass kicked. Okay, it's basically saving the debater from getting his ass kicked. Gotcha.
As opposed to suggesting that the United States Senate, which is obviously unrepresentative of the general population,
well, seemingly my point is
somehow bad. That's a check and balance, right?
Well, seemingly my point is that this is another modality of DEI.
Oh my God, is this did they agree that he had to use this? Is he getting paid every time he uses this fucking word? They do it because he isn't winning. Yeah, that's what I figured. Is that, like, if the guy debating, like, here's the thing. I recognize that if you're debating Ben, you're probably going to get your ass kicked, right? They have real morons here, so the flags are needed. This is a real moron here. I mean, how many more times, like, take a shot every time he says modality? We're all going to be shit-faced drunk.
I've like no problem with you explaining to me, right, why the Senate or the Electoral College would be given the U.S. Constitution and like some contractual agreement that they had between the sovereign states. That's fine. But what I'd say is that your claim here would just imply that the Constitution upholds DEI.
Somebody needs to tell Dean that when you have a microphone that is on the table, like guys, you see my microphone is on a mount, but when you have a microphone on the table, you can't hit the table. Like you just can't. You can't bang the table because it makes a sound every time. It's just over and over again. Like somebody's got to tell him, like, bro, when it's on the fucking table, don't touch the table. Like somebody's got to teach him that.
Within our electoral process.
If your claim is
so, do you think that the Constitution upholds DEI in the sense of including smaller states with less representative populations?
See, he just keeps talking. Like he asked a question, and I'm imagining when I let off this, he's going to keep talking.
Is a true stretch of the meaning of DEI, but I get your point. I mean, if the idea is that the only thing that is not pure DEI in a democratic context would be sort of popularly represented votes, then I think you can make the case that basically you should get rid of every representative institution. We should go to a pure democracy because...
Well, I'm not making a case for what we should replace it with. I'm making the case that it would uphold DEI. We could talk about, right, what other systems should function and the...
Trying to make the case that the Electoral College upholds DEI is insane. Don't hit the table. It's the same reason why the camera in space could hear the rocket launch.
Case of the Electoral College or in the case of the Senate, but that's a completely different conversation than are these systems upholding DEI.
So again, I think that you're definitionally stretching DEI. If DEI is the basic idea that all disparities equal discrimination and must be rectified by government interventionism, which is sort of the definition, then stretching that to mean the Electoral College seems like...
Already he's got 7 flags. Dean is getting his ass kicked. SpaceX had a GoPro or some kind of camera inside one of the stages. You could see the other stage shoot away, and you hear it, and people say, oh, it's space, you can't hear. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like you're going pretty far afield to defend a very broad concept as specifically badly applied.
Wait, 1 second. I don't think that we need to say that DEI...
Do you see the difference here? As Ben is schooling him, his volume is going up. You hear that? Like he started out really like mellow talking, very, very like normal. But as Ben is schooling him, his volume is starting to creep up. He's starting to use the liberal tactic of, if I can't be right, I will be loud. If you can't be correct, be louder. And that's what he did. His volume, because I didn't turn up the volume, guys. His volume went up.
Is equivalent to disparities equal discrimination, we could just see that DEI is like a qualm for disparities in general, right? And what we...
You see the look Ben gave? Hold on, wait. Let me go back just a second here.
Sort of the definition. And stretching that to mean the Electoral College seems like you're going pretty far afield to defend a very broad concept as specifically badly applied.
Wait, 1 second. I don't think that we need to say that DEI is equivalent to disparities equal discrimination. We could just see that DEI is like a qualm for disparities in general, right?
Look, Ben's like, no, like, bro, you're. See, the problem is that Dean rehearses this. Like, Dean is like, I'm going to talk about this very specific thing. I'm going to have this very specific sentence I'm going to say. And I have no doubt he practices this with Parker. And he's like, I need to make it so that I sound intelligent. Right? So, and your wife's son, the space program is not fake. But he practices this so when the words that he uses don't make sense. Because even Ben explains this stuff in very practical language. That's why he's such a good debater and such a good communicator. Because even though Ben is insanely educated, like he is so overly educated and so overly smart, but he talks in practical language. That's what smarter people do. Like that's why the more intelligent people cuss, because they talk in plain language. They talk plainly to get people to understand what they're saying, whereas the dumber people use these words like modality and all this stuff just to try to sound smarter because they're fucking dumb. Make sure you keep your tone lower because if you feel yourself going high, it's anxiety. You're exactly right, Dax. 100%. Let's see.
And what we apply here in this certain modality when we're talking about the Electoral College, when we're talking about the Senate.
You see, he just panicked a little bit. He was he wanted to look around to see, because probably in front of him he could see the red flags up, and he's panicking a little bit. Like look at the panic on his face. Like you can look at him and tell that he's like, fuck, I am not doing a good job right now. And he saw the flags in front of him, and that's why his face looks like that. Because he is like, holy shit, I'm losing. And that's why you have that face right there.
Is we're trying to qualm the disparities.
See him looking off? He's seeing flags, and it's fucking him up.
Of the lack of population in rural areas. We're trying to qualm the disparities.
He's forgetting that he's not there to talk to the other people. He's left without support right now and stuck. I mean, look at the panic in his face right now. Like, this is pure fucking panic on his part. Like, he's still looking around. He's looking for like, oh my God, somebody support me when I'm saying. He's panicking because he sees the flags, and as he's talking, he's expecting more flags. So now he's looking for it, which is, it's horrifying. Yeah, Ben's playing chess. Yeah. You have to watch the trans that went up. It is so bad that I'm gonna watch so the trans one I saw because he like turned the chair around, or I don't know what the fuck. She turned the chair around and tried to sit like a gangster or whatever. It's like, whatever. It's like, but yeah, we'll check out the trans one because I definitely want to see that, because I saw a clip and I was like, wow, that's fucked.
Of smaller states compared to larger states. And seemingly you haven't really given.
See, again, Dean cannot let himself be interrupted because he has pre-rehearsed lines. Like, that's the thing, is all this is pre-rehearsed for him. So he has to keep going. He has to finish his thought because he's already pre-rehearsed what he's doing. And if you interrupt him, he cannot get back to the point. He would have to start over and repeat the whole thing because that's what he's practiced. He's practiced saying the entire spiel. Like, this is an easy way you can tell people when they debate, is if they cannot deal with an interruption and get back to their point, then they didn't actually know the point. They just rehearsed what they were saying about the point. That's always something you guys can watch about debates. Watch people that get interrupted and are easily able to go right back to the point that they were talking about and just continue on. Those are people who are actually knowledgeable about what they're debating. But the people that, if you interrupt them, they completely lose track of the point. That means they don't actually have the thought in their head. That means that they have a rehearsed sentence or a rehearsed paragraph that they were going to say about the point. It's something you could always tell in debates.
Me a response to this apart from calling it a stretch, but I do appreciate you for
no. I mean, it seems to me like the argument that you're making is that in order for there to be calm and sort of conciliation inside the United States, particular racial groups have to be given particular benefits. Okay, because that was the argument with regard to the states in the United States, right? When the Constitution was formed, the way that you came to an actual agreement in the Constitutional Convention is states were not going to sign on unless they got particular guarantees of the interests of those particular states, right? So if you're claiming that that's DEI, then the response that I would have is right, because that's how you have to come to an agreement. So if you're going to make the parallel argument with regard to DEI.
Oh, Parker, when this started, you're smiling and you're doing this. Now look at him. Look at him now. It's amazing the juxtaposition of what Parker looked like when Dean started as to what Parker looks like now. Look at that. It only took what? What are we talking here? 4 minutes? It only took about 4 minutes for Parker to go from the... Huh? Bye. It only took about... Let me see if I can... Let me see. See if I can find it. I can't find it, but it only took Parker from about 4 minutes to go from super happy to, oh shit, my boy's getting cooked.
DEI in, for example, the racial context.
Look at how panicked he is. Like that dude's fucking, his heart is fucking in his throat right now. Like look how sad he is. He went from super happy and super excited about the points Dean was making to holy shit, my boy's getting cooked.
You then have to make the case that the only way that you can have conciliation in the United States is for particular racial groups to be given specific racial benefits, and otherwise the country is going to split apart, which is an argument with which I generally disagree, even if I agreed with the way the Constitution was formed.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see like your parallel here, right? I think that
Of course you don't. You're not educated on the topic enough to see the parallel.
DEI could exist in multiple modalities. My argument in a nutshell.
No, he's not saying that DEI can exist in multiple modalities. And again, with the fucking modalities. Oh my God. Like, serious, take another shot, guys. Modalities. Again, like the word of the day, modalities. But no, again, he's not saying that DEI exists in different modalities. He's saying that this isn't the Electoral College isn't DEI. It's not DEI. That's what he's saying. He's saying your example of trying to say that the Electoral College is DEI is fucking stupid. That's what he's telling you, Dean. You keep trying to, you keep going along with the idea that he agrees with your argument, and you're looking at two different types of DEI. He's not agreeing with you on that. He's literally just saying the Electoral College is not DEI. It's representation of the states as was set forth in the Constitution. It's the way it was laid out for us to have a functional constitutional republic representing states equally and representing people in those states. Like, that's what he's telling you. Dean is operating on the idea that Ben is accepting his proposal, like the proposition that DEI, that it's the Electoral College is DEI. Like, that's the problem, is Dean is operating from that thought process because Dean cannot picture a world where people don't just accept what he says. Because everybody on TikTok, like, he surrounds himself with people who support him, and anybody who disagrees with him gets muted or gets kicked. So Dean cannot exist in a world where people don't agree with him. Yeah, really, for real. If we were doing the drinking game on modality, everybody would be shit-faced drunk. And Corgis, you're right. Bro is struggling, and if he keeps repeating the same word, it'll make him look smart. That's exactly what he thinks.
Is nothing more than the fact that we see disparities existing in rural areas compared to metropolitan areas. We see
this man had trouble with metropolitan.
Disparities existing in the size of a
You're right, Little Ice. Dean doesn't have his kick button right now, and it is hurting him.
State and its overall population, and you're qualming these, and you're
right, but the DEI,
losing the
DEI response.
See how Dean has to finish? Dean, what the hell's going on? Guys, did my camera freeze? Did my camera freeze? It looks like my camera froze. What's going on here? 1 second. Let me see here. Let's see what's going on here. No, it doesn't want to work. I got to get a new camera. This thing keeps freezing. Let me see this. Let me see here. Okay, so I added that. Let's see. I don't know what's happening here. Like, my camera froze. I'm like, what the fuck? Let me see here. Okay, it's coming on. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Jesus. Give me 1 second, guys. Camera just froze up. All right, let's keep going. That was weird. Yeah, the audio was fine, but the camera froze. I think there's something wrong with my face cam. I honestly think there's something wrong with my face cam. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something wrong with it. But it's all right. We'll get back to this. I think my camera's... TC said, I think your camera's having modality issues. The modality of your camera. You guys are ridiculous. Let's see here. All right, let's see.
That would not be
like through like an over representation.
And the DEI.
And I understand that your argument.
See, again, Dean has to finish his point because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just has rehearsed sentences.
But all my single-handed point here is that you would say, in some sense, that this is a reconciliation.
Is he old enough to vote? Yeah, I think he's 19, Kimberly.
To introduce more, inclusion in the sense of a state to state in their population. I mean, so if you'd make the
see, look at it. You see what he's doing, Matt? Because this is something you can notice about people when they debate. He's not looking at Ben. He is looking here for trying to remember the point, trying to remember what he rehearsed. Like there's so many things you can pick up when people debate. Like as you see, Ben is just staring him in the face, talking to him. Dean is reaching for his talking points. He's trying to remember all the things he said he was going to say. And now we're up to 8 red flags.
Concession that this is DEI, would you say in the same sense that we shouldn't have
I don't make
other
the concession
DEI
that falls
practices?
within the definition of DEI that I...
There you go. Exactly. That's where Ben was straightforward with him. He said, I don't make the concession that that falls within the definition of DEI.
Used. And if your claim is that I'm now in favor of, for example, subsidies to rural areas at the expense of urban areas, I'm not actually.
So do you
in
think
favor
that
of
DEI would only
fundamentally.
apply in the context of race?
What a weird question. It goes
No, it could apply in the context of class. It could apply.
Okay,
in
if
the
it could
context
apply in the
identity,
context of race,
identity.
class, and identity, why can't it apply in the context of a state's population and their representation in our government?
I mean,
because that's not like here's where Dean makes zero fucking sense. Because does DEI apply in the case of race? Yes. Does it apply in the place of class? Yes. But again, those are definable things. Like we can define class based upon income. We can define race, black, white, age, doesn't matter, right? But when it comes to states, there is no definable thing because the quality of life and the value of life there is so subjective.
I mean, if they were to receive special bennies at the expense of other members of the population,
They
on the
are.
basis of state
They are.
population.
Yes, like Alabama or Arkansas are literally
No,
receiving special benefits insofar as a great.
Hear how loud he got? Like, guys, you see the progression of people losing debates. You see the progression. Here was the start. He was calm. Parker was smiling and happy. And then he started to lose. Volume went here. And now he's almost yelling. He's almost yelling because he sees the time ticking down. He sees 8 red flags. He knows he's losing. So the volume is just go. He's almost yelling now.
Greater level of representation in our Senate and in electoral processes compared to people.
And he's still his whole thing like this is how Ben is looking at him. Ben is like, bro, you are losing so bad right now. So bad.
In California. I mean, for instance, that's my 1 second. That's my buddy Parker over there.
Oh my God, did he really just do a shout out? Dean, did you really just do a shout out to call for backup? Please tell me that didn't just fucking happen. Did he really just do a shout out and call for help? Like I cannot believe I just watched him do a fucking shout out call for help. Like that is insane. Holy shit, this man is doing shout outs.
He lives in California, right? And
I'm fully aware
and
how
I
the
live in
Electoral College and the
Colorado.
Senate work, dude.
So I literally have more representation.
I love that. He goes, dude, I'm totally aware of how the Electoral College works. Like, he's like, I'm totally aware of it.
Person for person in the sense of Parker's vote compared to my vote, because
oh, even Parker doesn't agree with him. Dude, when your boy has, like, you gave your boy a shout out, and even he doesn't have your back. Like, holy shit.
Individualistically speaking, I'm from a state that has more representation, and the same thing could be said for most.
That is more representation. Wrong. Yeah, he basically just phoned a friend. I would have went with the 50-50. Parker must have sent a galaxy. Yes, exactly. Always save your call for the last. Well, he's down to his, he's got 9 red flags. He's under a minute. He's struggling.
Multiple other states across America, especially in the Senate.
I'm
There's
having a
2
tough time
senators that
getting from-
represent me and everyone else in Colorado.
Parker like just put his head down and shook his head. Like he literally was just like, oh my God, because he recognized at the point he's like, don't, like, Parker literally did the equivalent of, bro, don't bring me into this. Don't fucking bring me into this.
And there's 2 senators that represent him and
see what Dean's doing right now is he's just trying to talk to the end of the time.
My question
millions
is,
more people.
how are you
in
getting from
California.
point A, which is that California has 2 senators and Colorado has 2 senators, to point B, which is that we should have incredible racial carve-outs on the basis of group identity at the behest of the federal government? That is a very, very large stretch.
Jesus Christ, that is the look of a guy who is getting his ass handed to him. Look at him. He was so excited when he sat down. Now look at him. Like, this man just got his ass kicked.
And to get from
even Parker's like, oh my God, bro. Like, Parker in his head is going, we rehearsed this, dude. How are you losing this bad?
Point A to point B on the basis of the constitutional structure seems like you're going pretty far afield. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but the rubber band only goes so far.
That's
the end of this claim.
That's great.
I appreciate you, man. Hopefully
Thanks.
we could talk more.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, so look at Parker is like,
Book now and enjoy drinks included.
what the fuck?
Plus up to $400 on board.
Parker
credit.
is like, oh my God,
Bahamas with
my boy
Stars
just got his
Ocean
ass
Beach,
kicked.
MSC's
He's
private
like, my boy
island
just got his
resort,
ass kicked.
or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and
Holy
more
shit.
destinations.
Yeah, he didn't even have the common decency to give a reach around.
MSCcruises.com
Like
or
that's
contact
just bad. Yeah, exactly, Little Icy said you're on your own. Why? Oh my God, now I'm frozen on this one. God damn it. This is really annoying. I don't know what's going on. I got to get a new camera. This is, I mean, it's the Elgato face cam. Hey, Elgato, why does your shit suck? Why does your shit suck, Elgato? Like, come on, guys. Like, why does Elgato's shit suck? There we go. Yes, dejected is the best word for it. Dejected is absolutely the best word for it because that's like, there's no other way to put it. Like, dejected, perfect word. Yeah, the way Parker just was like, yo, bro, don't fucking bring me into this next time. You know, like, that's really what he was saying. He's like, don't fucking bring me into this next time. Because he tried to bring him into it. You can see Parker was like, fucking absolutely not. You think you're allergic to Dean's bullshit because you sneezed? Look, I wouldn't blame you because he got his ass whooped. All right, so you said there was a trans person. All right, let me see if I can find the trans person. I know what they look like. Let me see. Oh, there's the trans person. Trans person was very angry, is what I saw. All right, so this is the result of people still not understanding that citizens don't actually elect a president. Citizens choose state electors and then states elect presidents. Exactly. Some cameras will sleep like a monitor. Check your settings. I will have to do that. Let me do that. I just met this guy in the green room. I have no idea who he is. Who? Oh, you're talking about Parker saying that about Dean. Exactly. Did TikTok ban your IP address? TikTok is just, they're using facial recognition to just ban me. Like, I can't have an account for more than, the longest I've had now is 48 hours. You'd be angry too if something chopped off your twig and berries. You're right, Dax. I would be. So I understand why the trans person is so fucking angry. I get it. You know, so I totally get that. All right, so let's check out the trans person. All right, because that's an argument. Because let me be very clear about this from the outset. If you were born a man or a woman, oh yeah, Dean definitely went live on TikTok to get his feelings back, to get out of his feels real quick. But he definitely probably walked off to jerk himself off because he, you know, after getting fucked that good, you should come too. But the thing is that like he got his ass handed to him. Like, it was just bad. But let me just say this before we do the trans thing. Let me say, if you were born a man or a woman and you decided wear a mask and keffiyeh on, you're right. Yeah, if I wear a mask and a keffiyeh, I'd be fine on TikTok. But you're right. But like, here's the thing, guys. When it comes to trans people, if you were born a man or a woman and I want to identify as the other gender, like, that's fine. But what you are is you're a tranny. Like, that's what you are. You're a tranny. You're a transsexual. You are a cross-dresser. That's it. You're not some transgender. Like, you're literally just you're playing pretend. That's all you are. You are playing pretend, because if you were born a man, you will never be a woman. No matter what you do, you will never be a woman. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much shit you chop off. Doesn't matter what parts you add on. You will never be a woman if you were born a man. You will never be a man if you were born a woman. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, be who you want to be. Love who you want to love. I fully support that 100%. But just, you will never be a woman if you were born a man. Now, I'll call you whatever you want. Like, if you're like, hey, I want to identify as a woman, and I knew you as a guy, I'll call you a woman. I'll call you by whatever new fucking name you want to come up with, because I don't care. It's your life. But don't expect me to believe in your fucking delusion. Like, it's just a reality. Don't expect me to believe in your fucking delusion. You can go live in your fucking delusion. Just don't ask me to believe in it. Like, don't ask me to believe your bullshit. You might as well tell me you're in the NBA. Like, you could believe you were in the NBA, but don't ask me to participate in your fucking delusion. All right, so let's go to the trans person. All right, so let's see here. All right, so this isn't the trans person, but this is the lead in, the couple seconds to lead in. Corgi said, I hate how the trans community took away motherhood away from people like me. I agree. If it helps, if they're passing, pronouns are much easier when they're passing. Yeah, but here's the thing. You don't have to be passing. If you look like a dude, but you're like, I identify as a woman, I'll call you a woman. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But please know that I'm doing that to be nice. I don't actually believe you. I don't believe that you're a woman. You have a mental disability. Like, you are mentally disabled. If you're a man who thinks they're a woman, you have gender dysphoria. You have a mental disability. You have a mental issue. You are fucked up in the head. And I'm not trying to insult you. It's just medically you are fucked up in the head. And I hope you get help. And the help is not you being affirmed. The help is people telling you the truth. That's the help. So let's see here. Yeah, it's like talking to kids about Santa Claus. Like, sure, I'll pretend to you that Santa Claus exists, but I don't actually believe it. Let's see.
Oh, you are, because your argument contradicts itself.
No, it really, really doesn't. I mean, the argument that you're making is that a born child deprived of food and water never should have been born?
No.
I don't see why that follows.
That's not my argument. My argument...
Oh, so, damn, he got kicked quick. Looks like racism to me. They kicked the black guy?
Thanks a lot.
Oh, no. Really? The fucking trans man, the woman flipped the chair around? Because here's the thing. This is, so I know ahead of time that this is a woman pretending to be a man, right? And ladies, let me just tell you right now, just because you're fat and ugly doesn't mean you're actually a dude.
Well, okay, we're gonna take this chair. Look at that.
Well, she doesn't have to worry about sitting on her balls. So.
Hey, Ben.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
How's it going?
Let's break open
first question, can men get pregnant?
Men cannot get pregnant.
Okay, awesome. So,
definition.
You can't debate that. No, men cannot get pregnant. What a dumb fucking question.
Definitionally, okay. Do men experience SA? Sexual assault?
Sure.
Got it. What about the existence of trans men?
That's just women pretending to be men.
What about the existence? Do you mean women who believe that they are men? What are we talking about here? Women experiencing gender dysphoria?
So my other question is,
see, here's the thing, is he's asking dumb questions. He's asking dumb questions. And Ben, what he was expecting was Ben to treat him, or treat, whatever the fuck, he wants to identify as a guy, him. He was expecting Ben to treat him like his questions were like valid, but they were just stupid questions. I mean, think of what he asked. Trans men pretending they're women. Can only women get pregnant? Yes. Like, that's easy. Is that music too loud? You guys tell me. Is that music too loud? I feel like it got louder. Let me see something. Let me see something here. Hold on.
Do you benefit?
Let's see here. Just a little too loud. Oh, like that music got so loud. I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, it's good on your end? Oh, it's fine. Okay, so it was just me. It was just too loud in my headphones. Okay. It was just too loud in my headphones. That's what it was. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back to our little transparency. All right, so here we go.
Benefit from white supremacy in any way, shape, or form?
Let me go back a little bit.
Here. Women experiencing gender dysphoria.
So my other question is, do you benefit from white supremacy in any way, shape, or form?
No. No, here's my white privilege. I don't get to blame anyone else for my mistakes and my problems. My mic's a bit low. My mic is a bit low. Let me see here. My mic is maxed out. Mic's a bit low. My mic's maxed out. I can't really hear you much even with my volume up high. So is it better if I move it a little closer? Let me see here. Wait, let me turn the gain up a little bit. All right, how about now? Is that better? Can you guys hear me better now? You guys tell me. Is that volume better? Okay, good. So, okay, good. All right, so let's go back. So what the hell did he just ask? Do you benefit from white supremacy? I can't wait to hear this.
I'm going to need more specifics on what you mean by white
Well, here,
supremacy.
let me give it to you then.
Sure, please.
So I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
See, see what just happened right there? This is what happens when a woman thinks, like, has a weird thought process of how a man acts. Right? So like that's what he just did. Like slam the chair, sitting tough. Like this is what happens when women try to be a caricature of men. Like that's what this person's doing. They're trying to be tough. Like this is what they think. This is how they think a man acts. Right? That's what they think. They think that this is how a man acts, and it's a caricature because they're a woman. They're a woman, and this is how they think a man acts. They're pretending, and when you pretend, you're never going to be able to do it as well as the people who are actually men. Like look at the stance. Like trying to be tough. Yeah, Sandon, your comment was perfect. You said LARPing on testosterone. That's what it is. This is a woman LARPing as a man. It's exactly what it is.
I've experienced.
And the difference is that you have the attitude of a woman pretending to be a man. That is insane.
SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly. So
abortion rights affect you because you're a woman.
If we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that?
And I'm going to be real. I very much doubt with the amount of testosterone that this fucking thing has taken that they're capable of having a child. And you're right, Corgis, what she did to her body can never be undone. But here's the thing. If what is it here? If you start off this ugly, like, because here's the thing, like imagine this with no beard, a little bit longer hair. This is just an ugly woman. Like that's what you get when you get trans men. It's ugly women that just have bad lives because they're ugly, fat women. And not all women are ugly. Not all women are fat. Not all fat women are ugly. Not all ugly women are fat. But this is a fat, ugly woman. But you can look at this and say, I know you'd be an ugly woman.
Because there's no legislation, in the history of America that legislates a man's body. So why does mine have?
Yes, there is. It's called the draft. The draft legislates a man's body. It told me that when I was 18, I had no choice whatsoever but to offer my body, my life in service of my country if they needed it. Like that's the legislation that legislates a man's body. Right off the bat, 18 years old, submit for the draft. I am saying that my life, I am offering it in service to my country without choice. Because if I don't do it, it's a federal crime.
Have to be legislated. I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Like, here's the thing. I think I'm going to take that sound that this thing just made, where it said, I've got a vagina, I'm going to take that sound and I'm going to use that as one of my alerts. Just so y'all know, I'm definitely using that as one of my alerts because just and I'm going to pop that face up. I want that face popping up and going, I've got a vagina. That's what I want. I think I'm going to make that the bit donation. When you donate bits, it's going to pop up that face and just go, I've got a vagina. Because nobody wants to know that.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy.
It's all over everything. What are you talking about? No. That's the thing that cracks me up is people come at Ben and they're like, well, you talked about this. He's like, yeah, because somebody asked me a question about it. Like, that's why Ben talks about stuff when somebody asks him a question about it.
I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about abortion...
No, I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly.
Like, you see, here's the thing. This person is trying to be such a guy that even, like, he's not even understanding the way the camera's set up. They're like, leaning off camera because they're trying so hard to be cool and manly and badass, just laid back. But he's steaming.
And you don't even realize guys like me exist who actually share.
You're not a guy. Guys like you don't exist. You are a woman who is pretending to be a man. And you're ugly both.
A lot of similarities to you and everything because
you have no similarities to him because you're a woman. You have facial hair. You're a woman with facial hair. Like back in the day, they would put people like you in the circus. You're a bearded woman. You would be in the circus back in the day.
I'm a married man of 20 years.
You're not. You're a married woman of 20 years. You are a woman.
I
wife.
recognize that you exist. I disagree with your claim that you are a male.
So if I was sexually assaulted, right, and I didn't have access to that abortion care, do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because I was sexually assaulted?
I mean,
no, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to murder babies just because something bad happened to you. Like, that's not the way it works. You don't get to murder babies just because something bad happened to you. That's simple. Sorry. You don't get to murder babies. Like, two wrongs don't make a right.
Because as a transgender man, I have seen
as a woman,
your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as a man?
But you are. You are. Like, there is nothing restricting the rights of transgender people. There's nothing. Like, I don't understand this argument from transgender people. Guys, there's nothing restricting your fucking rights. Just you have the rights of a woman. Like, you should use the female bathroom. You should, like, that's it. Nobody's restricting your rights. We're protecting the rights of the child. That's it. And could this person is steaming right now.
I mean, you get your choice as a man to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here.
And so are you, because...
Oh my God, did he really just hit him with the, and so are you? You do too? You also? Really? That's the argument we're going with?
That's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the...
Oh my Lord, God, the last thing I want is the fucking fat chick to chime in. Jesus Christ.
Entire time you jump from one subject to the next. You speak so fast, and I know
he speaks fast because he's educated, dumbass.
How you work. So how's it feel to have it in your face?
Bro, the one-liners of just trying to get... You're surrounded by 30 fucking idiots. So of course you're going to get a fucking applause. What did Juan say? Require all trans men to register for the draft to see how many will suddenly decide they're women. Funny, huh? Exactly. But here's the thing. Let us be at war and say that all men and all trans men need to register for the draft. It's amazing how quickly they'll be women.
Oh, well, I mean...
But this motherfucker's got a uterus. This motherfucker's got a uterus. That's a woman.
Because I'm sick and tired of the shit that you have put against my community.
Girl, oh my God, what is that? Ew. Just fucking ew. Like, here's the thing. This dude isn't winning an argument. He's just yelling.
Especially black trans women.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. Sorry, I got distracted by how fucking atrocious this person is.
Because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of
Is anybody tracking where this fucking person is going? The Predator. That person looked like the Predator. You're absolutely right. What the fuck is this person talking about? This person talked about abortion and sexual assault and having a vagina and all that, and then somehow just fucking wrapped it around to the economy. I'm with Ben. I'm with Ben here. Look at his face. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
of us are struggling, and you want to.
He's trying, like Ben's like, I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
Focus on trans people. You want to focus on a black woman when this is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's
a glass cliff. What the fuck is a glass cliff? What the fuck is this person talking about?
Falling apart, and let's give it a woman right when it's all falling apart, when we had what, 50 men run it and it looks like shit. Look at where we're at.
I love when people try to say our nation is shit because we've had 50 men in charge, or 40. What have we got? 46 men in charge. Guys, we created the best nation on earth. Like, here's the thing: if any other nation could have created what we did, they would have. They couldn't. We created the most prosperous nation in the history of the planet. We cultivated the greatest thinkers, the greatest artists, the greatest artisans, the greatest scientists, the greatest everything. We literally cultivated that. Like this, no other country has been able to do what we did. And people are like, oh, well, it's so bad. No, are there issues in America? Absolutely. Are there things we need to address? Absolutely. Could we be doing it better? Absolutely. But to throw the fucking national baby out with the bathwater, all because you're not getting recognized as a man because you have a fucking vagina and a uterus, is insane.
Truly, so, where do you?
Ben's like, I'm just gonna you keep yelling. I'm gonna try to get a word in here, like, because this isn't a debate. This isn't a talk. This is just this woman, like, arguing like a woman. And no, sorry if that offends you, women. But this is arguing like a woman while having a beer. That's all this is. They're filibustering and yelling and having an attitude and being so fresh and so catty. That's all this is. This is a woman LARPing as a man and arguing like a blend of both.
I think that we're heading. So, I mean, it's so funny to watch white supremacy just fall apart.
He's right. This person is exactly. It's not an argument. It's airing grievances. Exactly right, Outcast. Like, this is like, what was that in Seinfeld? Where, well, God, what was the holiday? Somebody tell me in the chat. What was the holiday where it was like the airing of grievances? What the hell was that holiday? Like, God, I wish I could remember that. Shit. Festivus. No, Festivus. A Festivus for the rest of us, right? Festivalus. Is it Festivalus or Festivus? Which, I think it's Festivus. And that's what this is. This is an airing of grievances.
Apart the way that it is. And you write.
See, even Ben's like, I'm just going to take a fucking drink.
It's so hard. Because guess what? In other countries around the world, women are.
This motherfucker is already at 12 flags. Like, so it went from the Predator fucking over there doing snaps to 12 flags because this person's like, you're not debating. Like, this, even, like, here's the craziest part, that this fucking woman has 12 flags already, right? Because that whole group, like, here's the crazy thing about 12 flags. All of these people are woke. They're all woke as fuck, right? And even they are like, maybe you should chill. Maybe you're doing a bad job. 12 out of 26 of them right now, of 12 out of 26 woke people are like, fucking dial it back.
Not having children. And why is it? Because of the patriarchy and all the violence.
Oh my God, the patriarchy. You're a man now, aren't you? Aren't you part of the patriarchy, dipshit? Like, that's the funny thing is, you want to be a man. Cool. The patriarchy now benefits you, doesn't it? Because you're a man. So you're part of the patriarchy. You're part of the problem. All men, what do they say? All men are rapists. All men are evil. You're a man. So now you're part of the patriarchy, dumbass.
that men perpetuate, and all of this idea that abortion is somehow going to solve it all by
Nobody thinks abortion is going to solve it all. Like, this person has just made up conclusions, just made up weird fucking conclusions, and somehow that makes sense to them. Like, they just make up the conclusion and then they argue as if the conclusion is true. Huge straw man argument. You're absolutely right, Andrew.
by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the real problems that we're facing in our society. We're just going to completely ignore that, and we're just going to go, you know what? The line item is, let's make women have babies so that we can continue this capitalistic society that we have. Why are we doing that?
That person back there is like this. Like, look at that. That's not what support looks like. This person is like, what the fuck? You are embarrassing us. You know, is there a before picture? I imagine the before was an ugly woman.
What? I mean, why? Because you want to push white supremacy and because you want to make your check? It does great for you. Meanwhile, people like me have to live with the consequences of all of your rhetoric that you put on a daily basis. And including my entire community.
Ben's like, do I ever, like, this is just a rant. That's all this is. This is not a debate. Like, you're just ranting. Like, this is, see, this is very good evidence that even after you, because, like, I'm sure this person transitioned thinking it would make their life better, make them happier. But this is what you get. Like, right here, this is what you get when you have, when you do this medical procedure, when you change everything about your life, and it still sucks. And it still sucks. That's what this person's dealing with. This person did these changes, took the testosterone, changed everything about themselves, and is still unbelievably unhappy. And they don't understand why. They don't understand that doing this to themselves isn't going to make them happier. No, Ben hasn't gotten to say shit. This dude has just been ranting.
Community and the intersectionalities of Black women, men that experience SA.
Ben is being a real gentleman. You're absolutely right, Seeking Counsel. Ben is being a real gentleman. I couldn't. I would have been like, lady, shut the fuck up. That's what I literally would have said, lady, shut up, shut the fuck up. Let me get a word in.
Trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you...
Oh, Joanne Ledoux, thank you so... Ledoux, thank you for subbing. Appreciate that. I love that sub sound. It's awesome.
You can come in with this bravado that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire...
What? Oh my God. Every time they show me pictures or video of this fucking crowd, it's ridiculous. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what is going on? What is, you have plants growing out of your hat. Like, what the, first of all, don't wear those hats. Like, those hats are so not cool. And Lions, you're right. You're so angry because it didn't fix their problem, needed to be medicated. Yeah, they need to be medicated. I agree. You keep getting streams suspended for policy violations? What, on YouTube? Is my stream suspended on YouTube? There's no way. There's no way. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. No, it says I'm live. It says I'm live. Let me see if it comes up. Stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations. Oh my God, I got suspended on YouTube. I got suspended on YouTube for this. Wow. Oh my God, they suspended me on YouTube. No fucking way. No fucking way. Where do I see that? They literally suspended me on YouTube for policy violations. Oh my God. What is going on here? I don't even know. We'll have to look at that afterwards. But yeah, suspended on YouTube for policy violations. Unreal. Unreal. Look, here's the thing. Y'all, if you're reporting this, y'all are pussies. Let me just put it to you that way. Y'all are pussies. No, my channel's not gone, but the stream got suspended. The stream got suspended. But it's okay. We'll continue on. Because fuck it. I'll be on X. Fuck YouTube. Anyway, let's continue on with this.
Entire American. This guy's been accused of rape. Trump.
Yeah, he's been accused.
In like court documents, and you're backing the guy. Like, you have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a
13 flags. 13 flags.
A party just completely like the American idea, what we believe in as a country, is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry.
There, thank God we got a 14th flag. Jesus Christ.
Poor. The Google phone you have in your pocket is because of all of the diversity we've had.
Stop talking, dude. Jesus Christ.
Pleasure to meet you.
Did he think that was just like, oh, I got him. I didn't shake his hand. It's like, bro, you just went up there and just ranted. Like, you didn't debate anything. You just went up there and ranted. Like, that's so stupid. It's so unreal that it's just, like, that's so dumb. Like, what the fuck? Like, where do I see these? Let me see. So my stream was suspended. Do I get, where's the, let me see my content here. Let me see. Live. Let's see what they're saying. Streaming software, public. It says live now, but it says suspended. It doesn't tell me it's suspended. It just says the stream is suspended. Where are we at here? Let me see here. I don't know where to look this up, guys. How much time did Ben speak for? About 15 seconds, maybe? Well, yeah, it's so my stream has been suspended on YouTube for violations of what was it? Let me see. Let me see here. Let's see here real quick. Let me go to content, live. It says I'm live.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, thank you, Pest. Thank you, Pest, for following. Appreciate that. Like, this is insane. You should have an email. Let me see. Let me see. So I don't have an email from them. I don't have an email from them. Maybe let me check all mail. Maybe it got put to my spam. Let me see all mail. Live stream copyright notice. Due to a copyright match. After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled. Oh. I see what's happening. It's because I'm using, so it's the Jubilee stuff. That's what it is. Streams are interrupted when copyrighted content is detected. After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the
Thank
cats.
you for the subscription, Missy Niner.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating
Appreciate
the cats.
that.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
It's because I'm using Jubilee stuff. But isn't that fair use? Can I react to Jubilee? Like, that's fair use. Oh, you know what? I can probably react to Jubilee in a video, but I can't live stream it. Although I should be able to, because it literally says, due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted. Streams are interrupted when copyrighted content is detected. After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled. So it's back on now, right? So that's what it is. It's because I'm using Jubilee. It's because, like, if you look at it, probably when I'm playing it, they can see the Jubilee brand and everything on it. That's why. Okay, that doesn't piss me off so much. You cannot react live. You should be able to. Isn't that what Asmongold does? Asmongold just reacts live, but does he do that on Twitch? Does he not do that on YouTube? I thought Asmon does that live. And you can't credit them in the live. YouTube's idea of fair use is different. You can't credit them in the live. Okay. All right. So So, okay, at least I'm not getting like strikes for what we're talking about. It was just the fact that it's copyrighted content. Okay, I can't be mad about that. Like, I mean, I'd like to be mad about that. Don't get me wrong, but I can't really be mad about that. Yeah, you're live again. Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense then. That's fine. I can't, like I said, I'm not going to get, let me see here. If it's, let me see. Yeah, so I can't really be too mad about that. Let me see. Let me just see. Let me see. Older millennial. Let me see here. Streamed 22 hours ago. Let me see. So I'm live right now. Let me see. Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's what it is. YouTube is taking me down for using the copyrighted material. Okay. That's not that bad. Okay, so I can use it for content. So I can make the content. I just can't react to it live. Okay, that's no problem. That's not the end of the world, because I'm just using the copyrighted content. Do I plan on going live for election day? Yes, I'm actually very likely going to be at an election party. So I will be live streaming from there and doing different things like that. But it'll be more like IRL streaming, if that makes sense. You know, I will bring my streaming computer with me and everything, though. They're eating the frogs, they're eating the cats. Worst comes to worst, you can always just play the audio. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to use these videos to make YouTube content. Like that's the plan. Is I'm going to, so the cover, you know, Dean having his debate, I'm going to cut that into a video reacting to it. And then I'm going to cut the trans one into a video. Well, I mean, somebody already cut the trans one, but but I'm going to, you know, use that to make videos. So this is going to be used for content, but I'll have to use the Twitch stream rather than the YouTube stream. But I'm, yeah, I mean, it's fine. At least I'm not catching stupid violations. One second here. Oh shit! Hold on one second. So let me see here. Hold on, I just gotta see something. What is today? The 25th? All right, cool. So there we go. So now we're good. Now we're good. So that basically YouTube is just telling me I can't do that. Okay. I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's, you know, is that everybody? Like who else debates on this Jubilee? Let me see. So the trans one was fucking stupid. Is there any other good ones on the Jubilee? Any other good ones here? Trying to see if any other good ones come up. So you get, so Parker comes on, but for very short. Parker comes on very short. God, Parker's appearance was so damn short. That's not surprising. Okay, so, all right, so we can't, that's no problem. White dude in blue shirt. What's the question? Kamala Harris's border policies will turn America into an unsafe and bankrupt nation. Oh, there's more. There's another person that comes up and debates this topic. Oh, well, they won't let me. So here's the thing. Did I check out Candace Owens stuff yet? No, I'm good. Let me see. So, but yeah, that's wild. Felt so dirty using YouTube. I don't blame you on that. All right. So, all right. So let's go back to X, because like I could use content on X. So, you know I can use content on X. So oh, look, somebody from the Jubilee just popped up on my X. Oh my lord. All right, so we can't use that content. That fucks us on YouTube. So, damn, that sucks. Because that's what we were gonna do. I was gonna be reacting to that stuff. But I mean, at least they just take it. At least they're just suspending it while I'm using the copyrighted content. So the Charlie Kirk one was okay. Oh yeah, I saw that. You can use X content on YouTube as well. Okay. So let me see here. All right, so I mean, I don't know what to do. See, you shared your broadcast. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. So let's see. So we can react to. I did want to now that we've covered how fucking terrible Dean did on Jubilee. Like, I mean, fuck. I was gonna react to Parker on Jubilee, but it looks like his part on Jubilee was like fucking 30 seconds. You know? Yeah, look, here's the thing. Once X really gets down its live streaming thing, because like I'm not a huge fan of Spaces. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a huge Spaces fan. I'm just not big on Spaces just because I like the video aspect. I really like the video aspect. So I'm not huge on Spaces because I feel like I hate the whole anonymous angle of stuff. Like I think when people say who they are out front, upfront about who they are, and they show their face, I think people are more I don't want to say restricted. People are more careful about what they say because they're actually going to be held to it as a person. You know, Dean had 2 moments with Ben Shapiro. Let me see. I don't see him anything else. Let me see. I'm scrolling through looking for the other time he came up. Let me see. I don't see him. Don't see. I mean, we saw Dean where he got fucking schooled. Let me see here. So, guy in his blue shirt. There's a video from X Jubilee public if it's there. Probably. It's okay. Oh, this one should be good. The Israel-Hamas war would not have started under Donald Trump. That's a good one. I think that I'm down for reacting to that. The problem is if I play it, it's going to cut it off on YouTube. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to screw over my YouTube watchers. Like, that's not fair to the people on YouTube. Like, let me see here. Let me see. YouTube Studio. Let me see. Let me see here. I don't want to screw the people over on YouTube. So it says there's currently, how many people are currently watching on YouTube? Live viewers, I mean, there's 7 people. I just don't want to. Your listeners really can't participate in Spaces. At least you respond to comments live. I always try to. I always and I try to do that on TikTok as well. Like, that's what I do all the time on TikTok is I do everything I can to respond to as many comments as I can. But you guys understand, like, sometimes on TikTok, the comments get into the tens of thousands. Like, I can't respond to everyone as much as I want to. I really, really, really want to, but it's just, it's impossible. 19,254. What? What? I don't know what that means. 1925 on X. So yeah, you know what? Here's the thing, because we have almost 2,000 people on X. So I'm going to watch this on. I'm still going to react to this. I'm sorry, YouTube people, but it's like, you know, to the rest of the audience, the vast majority of the audience is on other platforms. So I still want to react to this. So let me see here. So I wonder if I can find, let me see. Maybe Jubilee put it on X. Jubilee Media. Let's see. No, see, they don't post the full thing on there. I mean, I like what Jubilee does. No offense to Jubilee. I like what they do. You know, I think they do a good job of pitting people and talking. I'm really sad that they've never invited me. Like, they've never invited me to any of these. Like, I really wish they would. But they've never invited me. So, let me see. Let me see. Damn it, I keep mistyping Jubilee. Just keep fucking mistyping it. Let me see here. Let me see. Nope, I can't find a clip of it. All right, so let me see. Shapiro. Yeah, I would fucking wreck these people. Like, they know better than to let me up there. I would fucking hurt these people's feelings. Yeah, see, there's just short clips of it. Let me see. Let me see here. Oh my Lord. Let me see. First guy comes out with a flower hat, says we are on stolen land. Oh, so the flower hat guy came out. You across from Dean? Oh my God, I'd fucking wreck him. I'd absolutely wreck him. Here we go. I got Tyler's claim. Donald Trump did not commit to a peaceful transfer of power. All right, so let's see. So it looks like I can play this because this is Twitter. So I should be able to play this. So let's try this. Let's try this. Let's see if we can do this. All right. So this is not from YouTube. This is from Twitter. So guys, just let me know if the YouTube stream cuts out, because I don't have a way to track that. In fact, let me just do this. Let me actually track this. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to my stream. Go to my stream right now. Okay, so it's playing. It's playing right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. All right, so let's do this. All right, so this one is supposedly, let's react to this. So this is talking about the peaceful transfer of power. All right, let's check that out.
I choose Tyler because he's been sitting behind me the whole time, and I feel bad for the dude. He's really wanted to talk, so let's have a conversation.
My claim is that Donald Trump did not commit to a peaceful transfer of power.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's simple. I think Trump helped facilitate a fake electric scheme.
This man is struggling right off the bat.
To override the election in 2020, to have Mike Pence not certify the election, and then allowed violence to happen at the Capitol. So Donald Trump gave a speech for an hour and a half where he would say things like, fight like hell.
He also said things like peacefully protest, peacefully make our voices heard. But he's probably not going to mention that.
They're stealing the country away from us. And then when people got to the Capitol, Donald Trump sat there for 3 hours and watched them. When his aides, his family, and everyone was telling him, put a stop to
That's not what happened.
the violence. Call them, tell them to go home. He did not. And I think that is an example of Trump not committing to the peaceful transfer of power. He was allowing the violence to happen when he could have stopped it.
Okay, so as far as allowing the violence to happen when he could have stopped it, no, I'm wondering exactly what he could have done given the fact that the Capitol Police were activated, in fact, pretty quickly in the middle of that debacle. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, do we mean verbally or in action? So I agree with you verbally. He never suggested that I am going to leave. and then he did. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm not sure actually how much we disagree on this matter. I thought that January 6th was terrible. I thought that his behavior between the election of November 2020 and January 6th was bad.
I agree. I don't support the fact that he wasn't more vocal, that he didn't, you know, but also let's remember for a second, he was cut off of social media. Like they cut him off of social media. So like his ability to talk to people, like they weren't gonna, they had already rushed him away. The Secret Service has complete authority at that moment. Like the president doesn't have the ability to be like, just turn this motherfucker around. They're not gonna do that. Secret Service gets command authority over that. So they got him out of there, and he didn't really have the choice to go back. And then he was banned off of social media, so he couldn't really communicate with people.
There may be disagreement on the extent to which we believe incitement took place as opposed to bad behavior that raised the temperature that I think was really, really negative.
That's the biggest thing is, did Donald Trump do a good job of calming the people down? No. Oh, see, they already made the stream unavailable on YouTube. Fuck you guys. Like, it's so stupid. Sorry, I'm sorry on YouTube, guys. But, you know, but anyway. So, did he do a good job of calming people down? No. But did he incite them to do anything? Also, no. Absolutely no.
As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, he clearly committed to the extent that he left, right? I mean, Joe Biden has been president for the last 3.5 years. For how much of that he's been mentally aware. But you know, I'm just wondering what sort of where do we disagree?
Yeah, well, I'll quote you, right?
That's a big thing to him. He's like, where do we disagree? He's like, because we can all agree that Trump could have done a better job on January 6th. Like once the rioting started, Trump could have done a better job. He could have put out statements. He could have talked and said, hey, I don't want you guys to do this. Like he could have been more vocal. But again, that's not a crime. There's a huge difference between him doing an okay job and not doing as good a job as he should have, as opposed to inciting the riots. Like there's a huge difference between those two things.
Yeah, January 6th was the worst.
And you're right, OFC. So could have Pelosi. So Pelosi could have as well.
Thing to happen since 9/11. Right?
Wait, what did he just say? Did he really just say that January 6th was the worst thing to happen since 9/11?
Since 9/11, right? I'll quote you, right? Yeah, January 6th was the worst thing to happen since 9/11.
That's bullshit. No, it's definitely not.
Right, and I just want to be clear that you agree he verbally did not want to commit to the peaceful transfer of power. He tried to stop it, yet you are still saying that he should be the president of the United States.
Well, I mean, he did
right?
not.
That is your claim, though.
Yes, because he did the peaceful transfer of power. Wait, YouTube's back on. What the fuck? This is so weird. YouTube is back on. I think YouTube recognized that I'm not using things from YouTube. So, anyway.
He should be the president of the United States, and you agree he verbally did not commit.
Guys, word of advice. When you are debating and there's a microphone mounted to the table, stop fucking touching the table. I hate that. And he did post for people to leave. 15 minutes from the riots, his post got deleted by Twitter. Exactly.
To the peaceful transfer of power.
Well, I mean, he did not verbally suggest that there ought to be a violent uprising, revolution, or military
but he also didn't stop it, right? So there were people.
How would he have stopped it?
Inside the Capitol, and he sat for 3 hours. His closest aides.
He should have spoken earlier. I agree with you.
Yes, and they were telling him, like, Trump, you.
Yes, we can all agree. Guys, there's no argument here. Should Trump have spoken earlier? Yes, he should have. He should have spoken publicly. He should have went on TV and spoke earlier. But that's fine.
Have to do this. You have to stop. He was informed at 2:14 p.m. that they were outside the Capitol saying, hang Mike Pence.
Okay. So what? Bro, you got to calm down. What are you looking for? Like, he's looking off like, oh my God, somebody help me here.
Hang Mike Pence. His aides went up to him and said, they are saying this. You need to stop something. What does he do? At like 2:24 p.m., he says, Mike Pence is a traitor, right? That was his tweet. Why do you think he would tweet that when he knew the violence was going on? They were saying, hang Mike Pence.
So?
Mike Pence had to go into hiding. Why do you think he would tweet that at that moment?
I mean, I disagree with him tweeting with that.
I'm not saying you agree with him.
So the question as to why Donald Trump does anything is a matter of, public speculation.
You're a smart guy. I'm asking for your speculation.
I mean, I don't. If your question to me is whether I think that Donald Trump wanted Mike Pence murdered, I think the answer is no.
I'm not asking if he wanted him murdered. I'm saying, do you think he wanted the violence to stop?
Do I think he wanted? Yes.
Really? So his idea to stop the violence was saying Mike Pence is a traitor.
I think that he was in control of the forces that he was in control of, and the Capitol Police weren't in control
exactly.
of Nancy
And
Pelosi.
what was he? He was the president of the United States.
Right.
As Ben just said, the Capitol Police are under control of Nancy Pelosi. Like, that's what he just pointed out. There is Muriel Bowser and Nancy Pelosi had the Capitol Police. Donald Trump had no control over anyone at that moment.
And the military
and
was
instead of saying, "Hey, get out," he said, "No, Mike Pence, you're a traitor."
Okay.
Why do you think he would?
Because you're allowed to say that somebody's a traitor. See, this is where people conflate this so much. They're like, oh my God, he called Mike Pence a traitor. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? Fucking the Democrats have called Donald Trump fucking Hitler. Just because you call somebody a traitor, that doesn't mean anything.
Say that at that moment.
Okay, I just expressed to you that I can't see into his head because I have a hard
Yeah,
time.
but you can make a guess, though, right?
Well,
Like, you can make
no, but can I ask you why you think he did that?
Why do I
mean,
think
you
that?
said that he
Because
didn't want him to be
so
hung.
this is what I
He
think
didn't want to be hanged, right?
Yes.
You said that.
Yeah,
So
I
what was his
don't think he
motivation?
wanted him hanged. I think that Donald Trump was indifferent to what happened in so far the violence of Mike Pence. I think he wanted a lot of chaos. He wanted violence to delay the certification of the vote, which he was successful with, in hopes that there would be confusion and someone else might
You're absolutely right, Morloff. Trump offered 10,000 National Guard, and Pelosi said no.
step up like another senator so they could allow to put forward the fake electorates, because that was the plan. That was in Greensboro's plan to do that, and that was the whole idea. So yes, Donald Trump was okay with the violence because he did not want the certification to happen. And in fact,
This dude is literally losing his breath because he's trying to get out these points. Like, he's trying so hard.
the first time in American history, he delayed it. And to me,
This is just filibustering. That's all it is. Like, Jubilee Jubilee does a good job, but they definitely need a better way of, I don't want to say controlling it, but a better way of moderating it to be like, yo, like these filibuster talks are getting ridiculous.
it's like, Ben, I really like you, but I think there's a lot of attributes that I like about you, especially your American values. That is the antithesis of American values. Allowing that to happen, wanting that to happen, and then, yeah.
Okay, so I think that Donald Trump obviously should have done more. I agree with you. He should have
Yeah.
done
We
more
all
on
agree.
January 6th. I think that, he shouldn't have tweeted that about Mike Pence. I disagreed with what he was saying about Mike Pence's and the entire electoral scheme between November and January. As far as not committing to the peaceful transfer of power, again, what I will say is that the legal transfer of power did in fact take place.
Exactly.
He did not in fact initiate a
Yeah,
militia to
against-
storm the
against
capital
Trump's-
of the United
against Trump's
States.
will, though.
Okay, but
Right, like that, that's the issue. I agree. It happened because of the guardrails of democracy, but Donald Trump did not want it to stand.
Okay.
Do you agree that Donald Trump did not want that election to be certified?
Stop
I mean,
pounding on
So,
the
so
table.
he did not want the peaceful transfer
Yeah,
of
he
power.
didn't.
then.
He didn't want to.
If the election had not been certified, then there still would have been a legal process that took place, right? I mean, the question as to
So
do you-
and-
are you-
and you would have been
hold on,
against
can I
that.
ask
Oh, yeah,
can I ask
yeah,
the
of course,
opposite
yeah,
for just a second?
of course.
So is your contention that Donald Trump actually would have been in favor of, for example, like a military coup
Yes,
to keep himself in power?
I think Donald Trump absolutely.
See, that's the delusion of the left right there. Is simple question. Do you think Donald Trump would have been in favor of a military coup? And he says yes. If you think that, let me just tell you right now that if you think that Donald Trump would have been in favor of a military coup, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, it's just that simple. You're out of your fucking mind. There's no other way around that. You have Trump derangement syndrome. You are fucking delusional. You are batshit crazy. There's no other way to put it. You are an insane person.
would have, and all
I think that's
evidence
his trap.
And corgis, you're actually right. People seem to choose to ignore the fact that no media outlet of any kind would let Trump speak. It's kind of hard for a person to speak when you cut off their tongue. You're absolutely fucking right. You're absolutely right, Corgi.
all evidence points that he was trying to find any way he could stay in power.
Okay.
He was, and this is gone.
I think
You're and OFC, you're exactly right. That's what the Dems are planning to do when he wins. Is even Raskin already said this. Raskin already said that if he wins, we need to use the 14th Amendment to remove his eligibility to be president and basically defy the will of the American people. Because that's what you'd be doing. Like, guys, like, here's the thing. There is no danger. If Trump loses the election, there is no danger of civil war. There is no civil war that's going to happen. There's not going to be any uprising. There's not going to be war. None of that shit's going to happen. But if Trump wins and they do not certify him to be president, or they do not allow him to take power, there will be a war. That will cause a civil war. That will absolutely cause civil war, because now you are defying the will of the American people. Like, if you're going to cheat in the election, whatever. Like, you can get away with it. We've seen that. 2020, we've seen it, right? But if we're going to have an election, Trump is going to win, and then you're somehow not going to let him take power, that will lead to a war. Every time you stop the vid, this guy looks like he's about to drop the F-bomb, probably.
I think he was trying to find. I think he was trying to find any way to say that he didn't lose. I don't think that he was trying to to activate any way that he could stay in power. That's not quite the same.
I completely agree with Ben there. Is that Donald Trump was looking for any pathway to say, look, I didn't lose. And look, Donald Trump probably doesn't take losing very well at anything. I imagine if you beat him in golf, he's probably pissed. I imagine that Donald Trump is a sore loser, and that's not a terrible thing. I mean, it's not good to be a sore loser, but Donald Trump is used to winning. Like, this man has been successful. Like, people talk about, like, oh, he had bankruptcies. Yes, in 1% of his, less than 1% of his business dealings, the businesses failed. I'll take a 99% success rate in my businesses. Like, I have an MBA in strategy. Please, for the love of God, let me open businesses, hundreds of businesses, and less than 1% of them fail. Oh my, I'd be fucking ecstatic. I would be so thrilled. I would be so happy. That would be wonderful. That would be absolutely awesome.
Same thing.
No, him saying that he wasn't trying to lose is different from him sending down fake electorates with fake signatures to fraudulently steal the election.
Okay.
And people forget that the Democrats did the same thing. Guys, do you know that there has, since Reagan, there has not been a single time a Republican won the presidency where Democrats did not object to the certification of the results? Like, think about that. There has never been, since Reagan, in my lifetime, there has never been a single time that a Republican won the presidency and the Democrats didn't try to decertify the results of the election. They do it every single time. It's 100% of the time. You guys can fact check that all you fucking want, but that's the truth of it.
Okay, in order for there to be an insurrection, for example, you'd have to activate the military.
I didn't say an insurrection.
Okay, so again,
see, this dude is literally talking about a coup taking over the government, but he's I didn't say the military. Okay, but how does a coup happen without the military? Do you think you could honestly take over this nation without the military getting involved? Like, that's the thing, is this person is having such ridiculous arguments because you can't argue, oh, there's going to be a coup or there's going to be a takeover of the nation. And then when somebody says, well, you know, you'd have to bring in the military, and they go, I didn't mention the military. You'd fucking need the military. The army is not just going to sit back and go, oh yeah, coup, just let it happen.
That's fine.
All I'm saying is all of Donald Trump's behavior has suggested he did not commit to the peace. He didn't
want to lose. He didn't want to admit he lost. That's it. Not the end of the world.
If you're asking me to defend his behavior on January 6th, you'll notice that I really haven't.
Yeah. Exactly. See, that's the thing, is this dude is arguing against something that Ben's not saying.
So
I feel like you're underplaying of how horrible this was.
It wasn't that horrible. It wasn't. Guys, like, I'm going to say this very clearly. January 6th was not a big deal. It just wasn't. January 6th wasn't a big deal. Get the fuck over it. January 6th was not a big deal.
I mean, and that's the issue.
Which part? Are you talking about the riots? Are you talking about his behavior?
I'm talking about the fake electorate scheme and the idea that and allowing the violence for 3 hours to happen in the Capitol when they were under attack.
Did he just say 30 hours? There was not 30 hours of violence in the Capitol. Like, there just wasn't. There was not 30 hours of violence in the Capitol. Like, you just made that up, dude.
Senators, the people that we're supposed to protect, to uphold our democracy, he was attacking. And
oh, he said 3 hours. Okay, cool. That's bad.
He watched it happen on TV when everyone around him was stopping. And I agree that you think that's bad, but you're still saying, you know what? That guy did that. He let our democracy attack. Make him be president.
Well,
that's your position.
Yes, because
right. That is your position.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, and just so we're.
Oh my God, these people just bring up, like, they're just filibustering. They just keep fucking talking.
Clear what the stakes are.
Yes.
This man would want to do it again.
Okay, so let me ask you about that. Can I ask you about that?
Can I quickly say one
more thing?
Please
go ahead.
Yeah. JD Vance has said he would not have certified the election.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You said that he'd want to do it again. Can I ask you how?
I mean, he could do like the exact same scheme with fake electorates, except that this time, you know what? JD Vance would be like, yeah, I'm not certifying the election. What do you mean? I mean, all Mike Pence had to do was not.
No. But practically speaking,
yes,
he is currently not in office, correct? He's not the president of the United States.
You want him to become president. And
yes.
So
yes,
I agree. If he's not president, he can't do it.
Correct.
Which is why I don't think any.
This dude is really losing his shit. He is really like, look at the vein. Like, bro, calm down. This is a perfect example of the difference between conservatives and Democrats. Is that conservatives, they just talk with facts. They just tell you what's going on. Whereas, like, look at this guy. This guy is fucking straining. He wants to flip this table. This man is losing his fucking mind. Yeah, and you're right. You're right. The trans is more masculine than this guy.
Well, so wait. So I have a question. Do you believe? And this is really the question, because if you're talking about he's going to do it again, the only opportunity that he'd have to do it again, presumably, would be if he won and then he were running for, say, a third term.
No, I disagree. I think he can do it for someone else. He might do it for another candidate that he likes. That'll uphold the MAGA
What are you doing over
values. MAGA has taken over the Republican Party, much to your much to your chagrin. I agree, it's bad, but he absolutely would do that again to someone who's loyal.
Too much chai tea with almond milk. I agree.
And JD Vance has said he would not certify the election. I think that's a real.
That's the thing is, like, these aren't debates, guys. These are just, like, here's the thing I'll give Dean credit. Dean was the only person who engaged in what was at least a debate. Like, I mean, Ben just beat his fucking ass. But he was the only guy who engaged in what could be considered a debate. But these guys are they're just yelling.
I find that, I find
and
that,
you've already acknowledged that you can't predict Trump. You can't even know why he would think anything.
I find
so
that.
How could you say that won't be a threat?
Stop, for the love of God.
Because
Jesus.
I find it highly implausible that Donald Trump is so caring about somebody who's not Donald Trump.
Really? What about Donald Trump Jr.?
You think he's going to do that for Donald Trump Jr.?
I think he'd do it for Donald Trump Jr. I think
Really?
he would do Vivek Ramaswamy. I think he would do it for anyone who's loyal to show that there's still a.
This dude just, like, this is not debating. This is really dumb. This is not, like, Jubilee. This is a really shitty job. This is not debating.
And you will want the Democrats to lose.
You're entitled to your opinion on it. I think that's radical catastrophism. I think that
it
when
already
it comes
happened
down,
once, right? You're saying it's radical catastrophism that almost happened once. The only reason
because the conditions are not the same, and it's not possible for them to be the same. Okay, when it comes to the actual election itself, and you say, and you want him to be president. Okay, let me be clear about my position throughout this election cycle. When there were primaries, I was not supportive of President Trump in the primaries. When it comes down to a binary election, everybody now has a choice. Okay, there are only two candidates left. I've made pretty clear, I think, over the course of this debate, the myriad reasons why I don't support Kamala Harris. Okay, now Donald Trump is on the other side. So the question is, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit it out? Am I supposed to, like...
I think you're not supposed to vote for the person who you said helped do the act that was the worst act in America since 9/11. Yeah.
No, that's the thing is... Look, I'm with Ben on this, because, like, when it came to the primaries, I wasn't a Donald Trump supporter. Like, I mean, I'm not against Donald Trump, but I wanted Vivek Ramaswamy. I wanted Vivek. I wanted him to be the presidential candidate. I think he's of my generation. He's around my age. He's smart. He's articulate. He knows how to get points across. I agree with him on pretty much all of his policy standpoints. And one of the biggest things is he defeats a ton of the liberal Democrat attacks, right? So, like, they can't come at Vivek for white supremacy or white nationalism, or they can't come at him for, Christian fundamentalism, because he's none of those things. He's not a white guy. He's not a white supremacist. He's a brown dude. He's Indian. He's not a Christian. So he takes away a lot of their arguments. And I like that, because it kind of disarms the Democrats. That's one thing I'm a big fan of Vivek, is that he disarms a lot of the arguments of the Democrats. Whereas Donald Trump, Donald Trump pisses people off so much that he validates, or at least they think he validates them doing whatever it takes to keep him out of office. Like, that's the thing. And that's why I supported Vivek. I also agree with Vivek on all of his, and I got to meet Vivek, great dude. But I agree with him on all his policy standpoints and stuff. But sorry, there's a comment here that said, as a gay man, this panel makes me want to commit a hate crime against myself. That's fucked up. But the simple thing is that but now we are left with a binary choice. We have Kamala Harris and we have Donald Trump. Like, and that decision's easy. Like, that decision's really, really easy. Like, the first election for Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, I didn't vote for Donald Trump because I like Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump because I hated Hillary Clinton. Like, I think Hillary Clinton belongs in prison. I think she's a traitor. I think she belongs in prison. And all the crimes she committed and all the lives she lost, she belongs in fucking prison, along with her fucking husband. But I couldn't vote for her. Now, I was blown away that for 4 years, Donald Trump did such an amazing fucking job. I voted for him the second time because he was amazing. He was an amazing president. So, like, that was the big thing. So that was the big thing for me. But yeah, we'll keep going. Like, we'll let this fucking dude rant for a little. Tyler, we'll let him rant some more.
I don't think you should vote for him.
Okay.
Call me crazy.
Well,
I think
I'm crazy. You're fucking crazy. I'll call you crazy.
that when someone is trying to overthrow
This dude's got to calm. Look at how fucking mad he is.
the election, you shouldn't vote for him to be president.
Okay.
Is that like such a crazy idea?
I think that the bottom line is that when you're in an election, you vote for the person you think will be the better president for the country. And what I liked about President Trump was his first term, not his activity between November and January. That's
Exactly. It's that simple. Like, if you want to judge Trump just based on January 6th, don't vote for him. I am judging Trump based off of 2016 to 2020. Was January 6th a mistake? Absolutely. Did he do everything he should have done? No. But I'm also smart enough to look at 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and look at how amazing life was in the U.S. during those years. And I want more of that.
the simple answer.
Why do they keep showing this Predator? Like, gee, fucking hell.
You're not going to get me justifying January 6th. You're not going to catch me pretending that I think his activity on January 6th was good. I also think that it is an act of catastrophism to suggest that Donald Trump...
This dude, okay, what this dude is doing, this is what's called self-soothing, right? So this is something you'll see in people debating. It's something you'll see in people being interrogated. It's something you'll see in people who are extremely uncomfortable. Like, people who are extremely uncomfortable, they do this. They rock back and forth. They're self-soothing. Because right now he's got his hands on his legs and he's self-soothing. He like this dude is super unbelievably uncomfortable. Like he's self-soothing. I know some people in the chat are calling him tweaking, but no, he's self-soothing. He is very, very, very uncomfortable.
Is going to facilitate the same exact thing he did on January 6th because the conditions are not the same. In fact,
Let
if you want
Ben
to prevent him from
finish.
doing the same thing, probably you should vote for him because then, when he's president again, he's not going to be able to run for a third term.
I think gambling with democracy is dangerous, and that's what you're suggesting we're doing.
I would say that electing Kamala Harris is gambling with democracy. It's gambling with our entire republic.
We already have a man who's shown that he would overthrow the
And right now he's looking for support. That's what he's doing. He's looking for support because he's looking to see, are people supporting what I'm saying?
election. You're like, you know what? Let's roll the dice again. Let's see if he does it. You agree it's possible he might do it, right?
No, I don't think
You think it's impossible. He might
Yes.
do it.
overthrow the election.
He's told you
I
it's
don't think
impossible.
for him to do the same electric putt and not certify the election, you think that's impossible for him to do again?
Yes, I do not think that will happen
There's
again.
no possible world where that happens.
Like, this dude just asked the same question 4 times because Ben keeps giving him the same answer, but it's not the answer he wants.
I do not think that he is going to have the capacity.
Yeah, I mean, we already seen him do it once, and now it's impossible to do it again. Yeah, I just find
I
that
have a
bit
question.
crazy.
How's Chuck Schumer going to facilitate Donald Trump's fake elector scheme?
Sorry?
How would Chuck Schumer, the current Senate Majority Leader, facilitate a fake elector scheme?
That's the point Ben's trying to make. Ben's like, look, the scheme, the faked elector scheme, it's not possible. That's what Ben's trying to explain to him. It's like, what you're worried about is not possible. Like that's what Ben's trying to get him to realize. And that's the thing is right there. Look at his face right now, just going like that is the look of a guy who goes, I am wrong, but I'm definitely not going to say I'm wrong. Yeah, try turning it off and back, turning it off and turning it back on again.
I'm acting on a practical level. That is not going to happen. So again, you can think whatever you think about Donald Trump's intent. I can think whatever I think about Donald Trump's intent. In order to actually, commit a crime, let's say this is a crime, you'd have to have motive, means, and opportunity. And he doesn't have means or opportunity. So it makes it difficult for me to believe that he would do this.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, all evidence. Okay.
That's
all right. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
That was
You
a
bet.
fun time.
Thanks a lot.
This is the second time we've met too. By
Oh,
the way.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That guy. Look, the guy got his ass kicked. Very obviously, like he obviously had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. But never pause liberals. No, you always get them with that face. You get them with that dumb fucking look on their face. They just have that stupid fucking look on their face. And but I mean that's the reality. Is Ben was just trying to make it very clear to him, like, hey, bro, like I get you're worried about it. Like I get that you are concerned. Like that guy was obviously very, very concerned with Donald Trump executing a fake elector scheme. Okay, totally cool. But Ben was just trying to make it very clear, hey, that's not possible. Unless Chuck Schumer is going to work with Donald Trump to install fake electors. It's not possible. Like that's all Ben was trying to communicate to him was like, hey, buddy, that can't happen. Like on a practical level. And that's the thing is like, but see, when you talk about things being executed on a practical level, it really throws liberals because they don't operate in a practical world. They operate in like they operate with this is the worst possible thing. They used a word to describe it when Ben was talking. I forget what he called it, but like they sensationalize things that could never happen. And yeah, I know YouTube's messing with me. YouTube has my stream unavailable right now, even though I'm not showing the Jubilee broadcast anymore. But can I get my fucking stream back, please? Let me see if they sent me another email about it. Let me see if they sent me another email about it. No, they haven't sent me another email, but I'm not showing the Jubilee broadcast anymore, so I should be able to. Let me see. No, they still haven't brought my stream back, but whatever. I don't care. I'm on Twitch. I'm on X. Fuck YouTube. But anyway, so yeah, hell would freeze over before Chuck Schumer did that. 100%. And here's the thing, I don't look at like somebody like Chuck Schumer as like evil, but he's also not a fucking fan of Trump. Oh, good. Kamala just tweeted something about Trump. Oh, let's see. Let's see what Kamala Harris is tweeting today. Was it her official account or was it like Kamala Harris? Let's see. I agreed to a set. Wait, no, that was. Let's see. Leaders in Texas have made the state ground zero in the fight for women to make decisions about their own bodies. Let me show you guys what she's talking about here. Let me show you guys what she's talking about here. So it says, leaders in Texas have made the state ground zero in the fight for women to make decisions about their own bodies. Tonight, I will discuss the impact of Trump abortion bans for women in Texas and across the country. Here's the thing, guys. There is no such thing as abortion bans. There are states deciding whether or not they're going to allow abortions in their state. That's all it is. That's all it is. It is states deciding what they're going to allow in their state. That's all. It's not an abortion ban. It's allowing states to make laws that they feel is beneficial to their state, that represents the people of their state. And here's the thing, guys, here's the thing. If you think the majority of people in Texas want abortions, then vote them out, then vote in people who will allow abortions. It's that easy. It really is that simple, guys. Like if you think a big issue for Texans is women being able to fucking kill their babies, then vote people in that will let you kill your babies. That easy. That easy. Same thing here in Florida. If you want to pretend that killing your baby is something the majority of people support, then fucking vote for people that will let you do it. You sent me a DM of what they tweeted. I think I'm on the tweet though. Direct messages. Let me see here. Oh, so it says Donald Trump has been very clear what he would weaponize, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Do you know who does that? Dictators do that. Oh, I love this so much. Well, let me see if I can find this tweet. What the hell is going on with my mouse? Jesus. My mouse just doesn't want to work. Let me see. Where's it at? So it says Donald Trump has been very clear that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. You know who does that? Dictators do that. And then again, thank you, Spitfire, right off the jump here. This is what you're doing, Kamala. This is what you're doing. Your admin is literally doing that right now. Like, that's the truth. Like, you're literally doing that. And this, I love this from Sean. This is what Corgi sent me. You're literally doing this right now. Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Douglas Mackey, Donald Trump, Jeff Clark, peaceful January 6th protesters. Literally, the Department of Justice has been weaponized against all these people. Like, this is the reality. This is what they're doing. Like, this is just the truth. Like, you could say that Trump wants to do these things. Like, that's the craziest part of all of this. It's that Democrats can talk about all the shit they think Trump wants to do, right? They could be like, he wants to weaponize the DOJ against political opponents. He wants to put his political opponents in prison. He wants to start wars. He wants this. And then we just say, okay, well, all of the things that you think Trump wants to do, you're doing. That's the fucking craziest part, is they are literally doing all the things they say Trump wants to do. Are they trying to imprison their political opponents? Because they're saying Trump wants to do that. Is the Democrat Party doing that? Yes. Are they using the DOJ to attack their political opponents? Because they're saying Trump wants to do that. Are they doing that? Yes. Are they allowing conflicts to erupt all over the world and having no plan to solve them, which is what they're saying Trump wants to do? Are they doing that? Yes. That's the point. Is everything they're trying to accuse Trump of wanting to do, they are actually doing. Like, that's the crazy part. It's like, it's such projection. Like, they recognize they are doing some really, really fucked up shit. And the problem is that they are trying to project all of that onto Trump, saying he wants to do these things. It's like, here's the thing. Even if Trump did want to do those things, you're doing them right now. And honestly, I don't even think Trump wants to do half the shit they say he wants to do. That's the crazy part, is he doesn't want to do half the shit that they're already doing. And that's the point that has to be pointed out to everyone. Like, that's the crux of it right there. You know? It's just insane. All right, so let's see. So getting on trouble on YouTube, that sucks. So at least the stream is back on YouTube. That's at least beneficial. So that's at least beneficial. I'm at least happy about that. You see here. Oh, they don't like states deciding, well, welcome to the gun debate. Yeah. That's the wild part, is it's insane. The Democrat Party does such a wild job of just blaming all of their failures on other people. They do, and they're really good at it. They're really good at blaming other people for their problems. But all the problems they create, they just want to put on someone else. Okay, so let's see here. What else should we... So I wanted to react to some other stuff, but like, what else do we want to react to? Because I don't want to react to anything super long, just because that shit gets boring, so let me see here. The Democrats are the kids that never learn how to take responsibility for their action. That's true. That's where the whole idea of like, what do they call it? White privilege. Like, that's where I look at it, is like, my only white privilege is the fact that I don't get to blame anyone else for my failures. That's what my white privilege gets me. It gets me the privilege of never being able to blame someone else for when I fuck up, never being able to put my failures on other people. Like, that's just a reality. Like, I just have to eat my failures, which is great. I think it makes me a better person having to do that. So, see here. See, all of these are like an hour long. These are like hour-long jubilees. Let me see. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got to react to. And there's quite a few things out there. I know I wanted to look at J.D. Vance and Theo Vaughn. Let's do the Kamala Harris. That's what we're gonna do. So I want to react to the Kamala Harris, town hall. I haven't had a chance to react to the Kamala Harris town hall yet. So I need to get another drink. My shit's empty. I just want to get a water. I'm just really thirsty. I had coffee this morning and my mouth is like that. That's probably a terrible sound to put through the microphone, by the way. If that sound came across through the microphone fucked up, I apologize. So I really apologize for that. But yeah, let me do this. So we're gonna react to the town hall. Let me just go get another drink real quick, and then we will react to that town hall. Okay? So I will be right back, guys. Wait, Kamala Harris is paying for content. Influencers can make $150 per video to promote Harris. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. No, absolutely. They're getting paid. But I will be right back. I'm just going to go grab a drink. What the hell? There we go. All right, so now we're back. All right, so now we're back. All right, cool. Just wanted to get some water. I was just thirsty as hell. What is with the seal on these things? God, thank God. Just doing so much babbling. Yeah, they got to figure out if they are femme or male first. What did you say? I know this is silly to think about, but I'm pretty sure the libs are going to get to a point where they believe dogs can change their sex. Oh, of course they do. Well, there's already people out there thinking their dogs are vegetarians. Like, you remember that? Like, you remember that video of that girl who was like, "My dog's a vegetarian. She prefers, these lovely plants as opposed to meat." And she like set out a table. It had like roughage on it, and then it had like meat. Dog fucking attacked the meat, like was just so fucking hungry. Should be like, oh my god, I'm finally getting some fucking meat. This bitch has been giving me fucking lettuce for the last fucking 2 weeks, and it's like, so older millennial. So Harry is 100% paid by the DNC. Yeah, absolutely. Like, so here's the thing, it's not so much being paid. He's not paid directly by the DNC. They hide that. So what happens is, like, here's the timeline. Harry signs with Pallet Management. Like a week later, Pallet Management gets $200,000 and Harry makes content. What do you think they're paying Pallet Management for? You think the DNC just wanted to give Pallet Management money? You think they just wanted to cut Pallet Management a check because they like them so much? They're like, oh, you're so cool. Here's 200 grand. No, they were paying for the content. Like, that's it. They're paying for the content. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just saying, hey, let's see this real quick. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I have to respond to a message really quickly. See here. paying for breaking plates? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean paying for breaking plates? I don't understand the reference. Can you tell me what the reference is? The MCU is going good. We had just approved the marketing budget, so we can start marketing it to try to get new members and bring them in and start growing. So, yeah, so we're working on it. So let me see here. Let's see. All right, so what we're going to look at is the Kamala Harris Town Hall. Okay, so they broke it up into... So it looks like they broke it up into 4 parts. All right, so I didn't save the vid. I saw one of the Cranstons doing a bump at the game. Oh, you mean the Krasensteins? Oh God, I wish I had video of that. Like just fucking doing drugs, just doing a bump. Did I close this? I'm an idiot. Why the fuck am I even closing this? All right, so let's. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look. So each of these videos looks like there's 4 parts. There's only like 10 minutes, so that's not too bad. All right, so let's go. Let's take a look at this. Let me see. This is probably going to get me in trouble on YouTube. I'm sorry. There's only 4 people on YouTube, but there's like 2,000 on X. So I'd much rather cater to the people on X rather than the people on YouTube. Like if YouTube's going to have these stupid fucking rules, there's not much I can do. Like I can't. I mean, I can react to the stuff offline, but I'd much rather react to it with you guys so you can see a live reaction, right? So let's go hard. Let's go ahead hard. Let's go ahead and check that out. All right.
Welcome to CNN's presidential town hall with the Democratic nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm Anderson Cooper. Now, in this room, we have assembled a group of 32 Pennsylvania voters who say they are still undecided or persuadable. All of them are registered to vote. Some cast votes for Joe Biden in 2020, others for Donald Trump. Some didn't vote at all, and for some, this is their first election.
Is anybody believing that this is a like unbiased crowd? Like, really? We're gonna believe that CNN collected themselves? Let's see.
Many are leaning right now to one candidate or another, but they all say they have yet to make their final choice. Now, we found these voters working with a nonpartisan research firm, as well as business and religious groups, universities, and other civic organizations. These voters are asking their own questions tonight, selected by CNN to cover a variety of topics.
These voters are asking their own questions, selected by CNN. They're asking CNN's questions.
You may see them holding a piece of paper when they're asking their question. It has their question on it. That is a question they have come up with. It has not been edited in any way by CNN. We also invited...
Yes, but you chose who gets to ask the questions. Like, think about that. Like, they're like, it has not been edited in any way. Yes, but you chose which ones get to ask questions. Like, why not just let the people in? They can ask whatever they want. Wouldn't that be a wild thing that the American people actually get a say? Huh, that'd be crazy, huh?
Former President Donald Trump to participate in a town hall or a debate. He declined. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President Kamala Harris. And Vice President, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. You have a mic right here.
Jesus, that was some shitty clapping. Holy shit. Yeah, it's CNN questions.
Thank you
Good
so much.
evening, everyone. Good evening.
Thanks so much for being with us. We're going to get to the audience in just a second. I want to start by asking you, though, for weeks you have been calling Donald Trump unstable, unhinged. You've called him dangerous. You've quoted General Milley recently, who called him a fascist. Today, you quoted General Kelly, who said that Trump repeatedly praised Hitler.
Yeah.
But there are tens of millions of Americans right now who have heard all those things, and they don't buy it, or even if they do, they're still going to vote for Donald Trump. He's arguably more popular now than ever. You have 13 days to go. What do you say to those voters to convince them? Because some of them are in this room.
Sure, and I thank you all for taking the time to be here. And you could be doing a number of other things with your time. So this really is proof that we love our country. People are engaged, Anderson, and really want to talk about the issues. And so the issue that you raise, yes, I do believe that Donald
Yep, she has those Bluetooth earrings in.
Trump is unstable, increasingly unstable, and unfit to serve. And I don't necessarily think that everyone has heard what you and I have heard repeatedly, which is the people who know Donald Trump best, the people who worked with him in the White House, in the Situation Room, in the Oval Office, all Republicans, by the way, who served in his administration, his former chief of staff, his national security advisor, former secretaries of defense, and his vice president have all called him unfit and dangerous. They have said explicitly he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States.
All the people he fired. Yeah, she's definitely got some fucking city miles on her. Yeah, why is she 60 and her neck 80? It's a very good question. Although, I mean, look, she spent the younger years being the throat goat. So, you know, she does look rough, though.
They have said he should never again serve as president of the United States. We know that is why Mike Pence is not running with him again.
No, Mike Pence isn't running with him again because Donald Trump didn't choose him. Like that, what a weird fucking statement to make. That's why Mike Pence is not running with him again. No, he's not running because Donald Trump doesn't want Mike Pence. Like, that's why Mike Pence isn't running with him again. It wasn't Mike Pence's decision. It wasn't even Mike Pence's decision to run the first time. Trump said, "You're running with me," and he did. And let's be real, guys. Did anybody know who the fuck Mike Pence was before he was the VP? Like, anybody know anything about him ever? I didn't know shit about Mike Pence. I had never even heard of Mike Pence before he was Trump's VP.
Why the job was empty. And then today we learned that John Kelly, a 4-star Marine general who was his longest serving chief of staff, gave an interview recently in the last 2 weeks of this.
That general is a fucking traitor to the nation. General is a complete and total fucking traitor and actually committed crimes. That man needs to be fucking charged with crimes.
Election, talking about how dangerous Donald Trump is. And I think one has to think about, why would someone who served with him, who is not political, a 4-star...
He's not political? He's not political? Really? We're going to claim he's not political?
Marine general. Why is he telling the American people now? And frankly, I think of it as he's just putting out a 911 call to the American people. Understand what could happen if Donald Trump were back in the White House.
It is kind of crazy that she only owns one pair of earrings, isn't it, range-minded? It's wild. Like, here's the thing. My mother has a lot of fucking earrings. Like, a lot of them. And the fact that she's wearing the same one over and over and over again, like, Jesus. Like, wonder why she's wearing them.
And this time, we must take very seriously those folks who knew him best and who were career people are not going to be there to hold him back. At least before, there were folks who we know what he would say, but they would restrain him. Imagine now Donald Trump in the Oval Office, in the Situation Room. He who has openly admired dictators, said he would be a dictator on day one. The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said he is a fascist to the core.
Yes, people Trump fired don't like him. He also has thousands of staffers who speak very highly of him. So basically what she's saying is, hey, there's people that don't like Trump. And hey, also, I'm not going to mention the fact there's people that do like Trump. Kamala, your own office, like, here's the weirdest thing about Kamala Harris is everybody who's ever worked for her has said how fucking awful she is. Like, that she's a horrible, horrible human being. Like, they've all made it very clear that she is an absolute dog shit of a person. Would you say my fiance has a jewelry box almost as tall as she is, full of earrings? Yes. Yeah, she needs those particular earrings.
So I think that when the American people reflect, especially those who are undecided, on who you should listen to, don't take my word for it. In fact, go online and listen to John Kelly, his voice, talking about what he thinks of Donald Trump 2 weeks before the election. Because I think we all know, to your point, Anderson, it is close, but there are undecided voters who clearly, by being here, have an open mind, want to talk in a way that is about grounded in issues and fact. And when they hear these facts, I think it compels a lot of people to be concerned about the future of our country with Donald Trump at the lead.
I'm going to give her credit. She didn't word salad yet. I mean, we're only 5 minutes in, but she hasn't word saladed yet. Like, I was expecting her to say something really fucking stupid. I mean, she did say stupid shit, but not her, like, for her, this, like, her, the standard of her shit she says is so fucking low. Like, the bar is so low for her. But I gotta say, as an opening statement, she wasn't terrible. She didn't fuck anything up. She was very obviously waiting for her cues through her earpiece, because you could see when she was saying the people that were against Trump, like Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, she was being told that. That was very obvious. Yeah, her answer to literally everything is Trump is bad. Yeah. Give it 2 more minutes, she will. I agree.
Quoted General Milley calling Donald Trump a fascist. You yourself have not used that word to describe him. Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
There you go. There you go. And that's the funny thing is if you actually look, here's the weird thing about trying to call Donald Trump a fascist. If you look at the actions that a fascist government would take, right? If you just look it up, like don't look up biased sources, like look up fascism and look up what a fascist government does, right? The actions that a fascist government takes. You can easily just go, Democrats have done that, they've done that, they've done that, they've done that, they've done that. They are exactly what a fascist would do. That's what the Democrats are doing, exactly what a fascist government would do. Like, so if you want to call somebody a fascist, like, and the worst part is their whole basis is what we say Trump wants to do is going to be fascism, ignoring the fact that everything they are doing is fascism. Like, that's the wild part. Yeah, we definitely need to get her Bluetooth frequency. Absolutely. Oh yeah, resting bitch face. Oh my God. But yeah, for real, like, it's like a resting bitch face with a lizard neck. It's a tough mix.
Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted.
Why? But again, here's the weird thing. They always say that the people that dislike Trump are the ones who know him best. It's like you're just guessing that. Because what would make people that worked, because these are people who worked with Trump for like 2 years. And Donald Trump is in his 70s. So somebody that has known me for 2 years out of my 40 years of life does not know me best. Like, that's the wild part. They're like, these people know Donald Trump best. How do you make that determination? How do you take somebody who's 70 some odd years old and go, people that worked with him for 2 years, they know him best? That is fucking insane. That is just so wild of a statement to make. And it's a straw man. It's just bullshit.
Again, look at their careers. These are not people, with the exception, I think, of only Mike Pence. These were not politicians.
No, they are politicians. His national security advisor, politician. Like, most of them are politicians. And let me be very clear about this. This is nothing against the military, but anybody who has been in the military will tell you the generals are politicians. They are. They're politicians. Sergeant majors, first sergeants, captains, majors, they're not politicians. They are military minded. But generals are politicians. It is political to get there. You have to play the political game to be able to get promoted to be a general. Right? Because there are so many guys who start off as an officer really young and they serve 20, 30 years in the military, and the best they do is light colonel or colonel. Right? That's all they get. They get lieutenant colonel or colonel. That is as high as they get. You have to play the political game to get to be a general. So, like, a good example, the first commander I ever had in the Army was Captain Jeff Ray, one of the greatest, probably the greatest officer I've ever served with. And look, that's not an insult to if any of the officers that I served with, see this. This is not an insult to you guys. I had a string of really, really great officers. Fucking Captain Keeler was amazing. I mean, look, I had tons of great officers throughout my career, but my first company commander, Captain Ray, was by far the greatest officer I've ever met. I've ever had the pleasure of serving with, and I also had a great first sergeant too. But I really lucked out. But he's now a general. He's now General Ray, and everybody knew that when he was a captain. Everybody knew he was going to be a general because he played the game. That didn't change who he was as a person. He was a phenomenal, phenomenal human being, a commander who actually cared about his troops and led from the front. He did everything he expected us to do. But everybody knew he was going to be a general because he played the political game. He knew how to play the politics. We all knew he was going to be a general. Like, there was no question about it, and now he's a general. Like, we knew that, And the only reason I think the only reason I got to be in his company was because I broke his 2-mile record at Fort Gordon. So he was the previous record holder at Fort Gordon, and I broke his record. So when I came to his unit, I worked for him. So it was great. But yeah, generals are political. Just because they're wearing a uniform, they are political at that point. Generals become political.
These are career people who have served in the highest roles in national security, who have served as generals in our military, who are highly respected. Talking about...
Again, they're respected in certain circles. Some people respect them, some people don't. Everybody's few and far between.
The person who would be commander-in-chief, not to mention what we know and what they've told us about how he talks about the military.
He doesn't. Oh my God! Is she gonna bring these bullshit unfucking verified comments about the military? Are we really gonna do that? Are we really gonna bring in these unvalidated comments?
Servicemen and women, referring to them as suckers and losers.
There is zero fucking evidence he ever said that. The person who said that Donald Trump said that the military is suckers and losers, that person wasn't there. They heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody. And everyone who was in the room with him said he didn't say that. Every single person who was there, who was actually there with him, says he didn't say that. But because somebody who heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody said he did, now we're going to say that on a fucking presidential town hall. That's fucking insane.
How he demeans people who have taken an oath to sacrifice their life.
Stop trying to get deep. She does that with her voice, where she tries to get that like that oh my God, it's so serious. No, it's not. Because nobody validated that comment.
For our country. And I do believe, Anderson, that part of this is why, even just this week, I traveled this state and others with Liz Cheney, former Congress member who was...
They hated Liz Cheney 4 years ago, and her father's a war criminal. So I really don't care. Here's the thing. If you have the last name Cheney, you don't get to comment on shit. You don't get to have an opinion. You don't get to be respected. You don't get to be listened to. Anybody with the last name Cheney needs to just disappear from fucking life.
Was a very high-ranking Republican.
She's not a high-ranking Republican. She was elected for a little bit, and then she lost her race. She was the people didn't want her anymore because she did a terrible job. She was not a high-ranking Republican.
She has endorsed me. Her father, the former vice president.
That's not something to cheer about. You are being endorsed by Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney is a fucking war criminal. Dick Cheney should be in prison. In fact, if you went back 10 years and said, hey, Democrats, in 10 years, you're going to be cheering Dick Cheney, they'd all be like, you are out of your fucking mind. They would all tell you, you are insane. But here we are, celebrating the endorsement of somebody who the Democrat Party referred to as Darth Vader. They referred to him as the most evil person to have ever been in the United States government. Like, just look it up. Look up 10, 15-year-old articles about Dick Cheney, what the media was saying. He was evil. Like, he was evil incarnate. Like, they hated him so much. And now, now they're like, oh, why'd they call him No, they called him Darth Vader. They called him Darth Vader because he was evil. I mean, this is a dude who literally worked behind the scenes to give out military contracts to Halliburton and all these guys during the Iraq War to make them shitloads of money that they were kicking back to him. Like, I mean, this dude became massively wealthy off of soldiers being sent in when there was no WMDs, there was no weapons of mass destruction, there was nothing, there was no reason for us to be there. And soldiers went there, soldiers died, and he was making millions, if not tens, hundreds of millions of dollars off of this. Like, the Democrats actually considered trying him for war crimes. The vice president, they were going to try the vice president for war crimes. He is one of the most horrific individuals to have ever been part of the United States government. Like, really, he is, Darth Cheney. Yeah, exactly. But he is one of the most horrific individuals. And his daughter, Liz, she did a horrible job. She got elected on her name, and then she did a terrible job. She lost by like a gigantic margin when in her election. She wasn't like removed by Republicans. She lost by a massive margin. Like, she did awful. Like, nobody wanted her back in office.
United States, Dick Cheney is voting for me. Over 400 previous members of the administration from Ronald Reagan to both Presidents Bush.
Yes, all the people who worked in the administrations that sent Americans to war for bullshit reasons are voting for you. Curtis L says like 40% loss. Yeah, Liz Cheney lost by like 40%. It was massive, huge margin. But there are a ton of former Republicans voting for her. All the warmongers from the Bush and from the Bush administrations. Sure. I'm sure they're going to vote for her. All the friends of John McCain, like, those are terrible people. Sorry I didn't see it earlier, Curtis. My bad.
To Donald Trump, even, have endorsed my candidacy. And the reason why, among them, is a legitimate fear.
You're right. The guy who shot someone in the face and then forced him to apologize. Yeah, that's who Dick Cheney is. Because here's the thing. If you're younger, if you're Gen Z, you might not have a full grasp of how fucking awful Dick Cheney is. Like, please look it up. He is so bad.
Based on Donald Trump's words and actions, that he will not obey an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. He himself has said he would terminate the Constitution of the United States.
No, he didn't. I'm not even going to fucking go into it. No, he didn't.
And wants to earn your vote to stand again behind the seal of the President of the United States?
Yeah, stop. Like, the pearl clutching. The absolute pearl clutching is insane.
No one standing behind the seal of the President of the United States of America.
United States of America
should be in that position saying they want to terminate the Constitution of the United States.
It's because he doesn't want to terminate the Constitution of the United States. But you go ahead and keep making shit up.
Let's get to some of our voters. I want you to meet a registered Republican who's very concerned about Trump's views on democracy and January 6th. She told us she's looking for a reason to...
She is absolutely not a Republican. Absolutely not. Bullshit.
Vote for you, but is yet to make her final decision. Her name is Natasha Kwiatkowski. She's a student at Bryn.
Natasha Kwiatkowski? I can't find her. I wanted to see if I could find her. So it'd be like, let me see her.
Mark College. What's your question, Natasha?
Awesome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking my question.
Thank you, Natasha.
And
There we go. There we go. We got the spelling of the name. Let me see. Natasha. Holy shit. Kwiatkowski. That does not. Let's see here. Let's see, where's her? That's not her. Bryn Mawr Athletics. Where is she on X? I just want to see if I can find her on X. I want to see her real quick. It's amazing that she doesn't have a. Let me see. Let me see. I don't see it. Amazing that these people don't have Twitters. Funny how that works, right? The people on here don't have Twitters.
as someone who hasn't fully committed to either party, how do you plan to address the concerns of independent
Yeah, y'all can't get mad at me. There was no fucking way I was spelling that off the top of my head. Like, no way.
voters and anti-Trump Republicans like myself who feel left
Anti-Trump Republican. You're a Democrat.
out of the polarized political landscape? And what specific actions would you take to bridge the political divide and create more unity?
That's a wonderful question. I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans. And I think to the point of, in the spirit of your question, that people are frankly exhausted with what has been happening over the last several years, which is this environment that is suggesting that Americans should be pointing fingers at one another.
I'm sorry, what? Is she trying to blame other people for the divide? Bitch, all we got to do is go look at your Twitter. Like, if we go look at your X profile, it is unbelievably divisive. Everything you say is fucking divisive. Like, that is fucking insane. That is, you're unbelievably divisive. Like, that's so wild to me that you have the fucking balls to go up there and act like somebody else is the problem with the division in this country. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, you are one of the greatest causes of that division. I can't believe. I'm sorry.
That we are divided as a nation instead of what I think you and I will speak for us, I think.
You're right. And having Obama shill for her on stage, the divider in chief, like, that's the thing is, like, literally Obama's trying to shame black men for not voting for her. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, you're literally shaming people for not voting for her. You're literally calling them sexist pieces of shit. Like, what the fuck?
Who believe and know. The vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us.
And you're right, Corey. Why can't she just say, I'm a Democrat instead of an anti-Republican? No, she says anti-Trump Republican. Like, and just, Kate, you're right. You literally just called Trump a fascist fucking 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, you called Trump a fascist. How do you think that doesn't divide Americans? You call him Hitler. How do you think that doesn't fucking divide people?
And I think that the American people deserve to have a president who is grounded in what is common sense, what is practical, and what is in the best interest of the people, not themselves.
Yeah, and the best interest of the people is to vote for Donald Trump. Makes it very easy. It's very simple, very straightforward.
I started my career as a prosecutor. And I...
What the fuck does this have to do with her question? But yeah, I'll let her try to make her point.
I will tell you, I never in most of my career was outside of Washington, D.C., by the way. Only 4 years when I was in the Senate or in Washington, other than being vice president. I have never in my career as a prosecutor asked a victim or a witness of a crime, are you a Democrat or a Republican?
Yeah, it's because you'd be disbarred. You would be disbarred. Like, think of what she said. She thinks what she just said was like a revelation. I have never asked a victim of a crime whether they were a Democrat or Republican? Yeah, because if you had, you would be an unbelievable piece of shit and you would have been disbarred. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why the fuck would you ask a victim if they like, oh, you know what? God, letting her talk this much annoys me.
The only thing I've ever asked is, are you okay?
Yeah, because that's what you do as a human being with victims. You dumb bitch.
And I do believe that is what the American people deserve in their president, and not someone who makes decisions based on who voted for them or what is in their personal interest. And I reference that because, as we know, it has been revealed that Donald Trump, when he was president, during extreme disasters, when it came time to determine how those areas, those people who had been traumatized by extreme weather would get relief.
Oh my God, there's no fucking way she's going into this. Like, here's the thing. First of all, Donald Trump didn't pick and choose who got fucking relief based upon who voted for him. But if you really want to compare it to the Biden administration, I could say that that the Biden administration definitely doesn't choose to give people aid based on whether or not they voted for them, because they don't give anyone aid, right? They equally suck at helping everyone. That's the wild part about the Biden administration. They're not even helping the people who voted for them, because like Hawaii, blue as fuck. They're gonna vote Democrat. They're absolutely voting for Kamala Harris. She's got those electoral votes in the bag. Meanwhile, Maui fucking burns to the ground. Like, burns to the fucking ground, and these they're still not being helped. They got $750 and they're just being left. Like that, like, there you go, Kamala, you're right. Your administration has not said, oh, we're gonna provide aid based upon whether or not you voted for us. No, you're just not gonna help anyone. Like, you didn't help the people in Maui. You didn't help the people in East Palestine. You didn't help the people in Florida. You didn't help the people in North Carolina. You didn't help the people in Georgia. Like, you have failed at every fucking opportunity to help Americans who are struggling. So yeah, cool. You're not basing your aid on whether or not they support you. You're just not fucking helping anyone. Like, that's insane. Like, whether it was a hurricane or a chemical spill or a wildfire, you haven't fucking helped anyone. Like, you are that shitty. Like that's bad. Like, you failed everyone.
He asked the question, did they vote for him?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I believe the American people deserve better. And they deserve a president who is focused on solutions, not sitting in the Oval Office plotting their revenge and retribution.
What the fuck? What just happened here? Oh, that was the end of it. That was the end of it. It just skipped. See, CNN's trying to force me to watch more of their shit. So, but again, what she just said is complete and totally fucking delusional. Donald Trump did not base aid off of whether or not they voted for him. He wasn't running around saying, did you vote for me? Now, he was making statements like, well, if you vote for me in office, like, I'm going to be able to help. Like, I'm going to be here to help, which is a reality. But to try to act like he was basing his aid off of whether or not they voted for him is fucking stupid. And like I said, I'll give credit to the Kamala Harris, to the Biden-Harris administration. They're not basing their aid off of whether or not you voted for them, because Hawaii definitely voted for them, and they said, fuck those people. No, the Biden-Harris administration is classist as fuck. They're all about classes. They take care of the high-end class, and that's it. Like, I mean, shit, if we renamed Hawaii Ukraine, Hawaii would be rebuilt by now. Biden admitted she's a DE hire at the start of his residency. Yes, he did. As the White Hospice House. You're exactly right. Yeah. The American people, you're right, Corey, the American people are the ones helping the hurricane victims, not the government. Yeah, are they land grabbing in North Carolina, Tennessee? I have to look into that, because I don't know that for sure. And here's the thing, if you're I agree with you, John Henry. If you're saying Donald Trump's going on a revenge tour, say less. Like, I'm already voting for him. You don't have to keep telling me why to. No, the thing is, Hawaii's not going to vote red because they're addicted to the government aid. Like, they think that the Democrats are going to be there for them. Like, it would make sense if Hawaii was smart. If the victims in Maui were smart, they would vote Republican. They'd vote for the president who actually helps in time of crisis and everything. They would actually do that. But they're stupid. They don't do that. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. But yeah, what a bullshit statement by her. But word is Vanguard is buying up mortgages hoping for defaults. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. BlackRock bought people's mortgages? Really? I have to look at this. So let's see. See if I can find it. Let's see here. Looks like there's a TikTok about it. Let's see. Don't know. I don't know any viable sources. I don't know the viable sources on this. A lot of conspiracy theories out there. So, I don't know. What do you say? Back to January 6th. Ben says it's the worst since 9/11. I think Chop Chaz was worse. Agreed. Firebombing federal buildings was worse. I agree. Did he forget the inauguration of Trump in 2017? Yep. Did we forget BLM riots? Did we forget forcing the president into a bunker? Yep. Leftist rampaging after Trump won the first time, May 29th. We were talking about people getting murdered, beaten in the streets, neighborhoods and demolished. What a joke. Not that guy. You're 100% correct. I don't disagree with anything you just said there. I don't disagree with anything you said there. A lithium deposit in North Carolina? That's possible. Sup, bro? Love your content. Thank you, Chuchi. They know it's a huge possibility. True. Do you think this is Trump's to lose? Yes. Yes, I think the Trump going on Joe Rogan is a big deal. So when does anybody know, when does Trump Joe Rogan air? Does anybody know when that airs? How to watch, what time? Let me see here. So it looks like, former president is in Austin. Trump will be, no airtime was available yet. Let's see. Let me see. I want to see when, I want to know when that's coming out. No, it is Friday, though. Today is Friday. Like somebody said, let me see. Joe Rogan podcast on Spotify. So his most recent episode is Sam Tripoli. So yeah, I'm waiting to see. When is Joe Rogan? Let's take a look. You guys can come with me here. So we're here. You guys don't let me bring this over to you guys so you can see. All right. So it says Donald Trump is in Texas right now, campaigning, meeting with the media, and taping an appearance on Joe Rogan. Doesn't meeting the bromance minds, but it's actually Trump's first appearance. So when does it come? When is Joe Rogan? No release date for the podcast appearance has been announced. Rogan's show is the most popular podcast on Spotify. Yeah, it's the most popular podcast in the world. Let's see here. Kamala Harris. Well, yeah, Kamala Harris won't be on there. Let's see. We all know who Joe Rogan is. Okay, so yeah, we got to see when it's not out yet. No, because they would be recording it today. I don't think he puts it out the same day. I don't think Joe Rogan puts it out the same day. I don't think that happens. So, oh yeah, she definitely Kamala Harris. It would be the end of her campaign. If Kamala Harris did Joe Rogan, it'd be the end of her. It wouldn't just be the end of her campaign. It'd be the end of anything she ever does for the rest of her life. She would embarrass herself. Like Joe would destroy her, because what she would do is he would ask her a question and she would just word salad vomit the whole fucking thing. And then Joe would wait. Joe would just let her talk. She would go through this whole fucking filibustering word salad bullshit. And then at the end of it, Joe would go, okay, cool. And ask her the same question again. And he'd be like, we're not going to move on to the next question. until you answer this one. Like, that's how it's going to work. So, scheduling conflicts. Yeah, she's chicken shit. You don't have a scheduling conflict. You said airs today at 7. Nobody said that it's coming out today. She doesn't have a scheduling conflict. She can't go on the show. It is the most popular podcast it is the most listened to podcast in the world. You make time for that. You make time for that. It is literally the most popular podcast in the world. You would make time for that. Like, there's a lot of things you don't have time for. The most popular podcast on the planet, you have time for. Kamala has a Twitch channel. Get the fuck out of here. No way Kamala Harris has a Twitch channel. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way Kamala Harris. She does have a Twitch channel. Does she have more followers than me? Bitch. She does. She has a Twitch channel. Somebody created a Twitch channel for her. Wife, Mamala, Auntie. Oh my God, I got to show you guys this. She does have a fucking Twitch channel. Oh my God, let me show you. I'll show you guys. Let's take a look. She actually has a Twitch channel. Holy shit. This is her Twitch channel. Oh my God. She's using it like YouTube. What is this? Was he talking while people were playing a game? You have the Trump versus Kamala. Let me see. Trump or Kamala 2024? Oh, this is a channel? AI Trump on... What is this shit? What is this shit? What's the AI debate? What is this AI debate channel? Let me see.
President, I've got the biggest hog in the whole fucking country, and you know it. You're just jealous because your little hog can't even compare. You're a loser, Neutrat. A fucking loser with a tiny little hog. Kamala's got a bigger hog than you.
What is this? What is this shit? What is going on? Look, I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore. Y'all, like, shit is so strange. I don't even know what's going on. Y'all are strange. Like, there's some weird shit out there. Oh my Lord. All right, so Corgis, I'm with you. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. It was Trump versus Biden. Oh, and they just switched it up. Like, it's just AIs arguing. Like, people can get them to say shit. That's kind of cool, actually. That's really fucking funny. Oh my God. That is wild. Like, they have a ton of views. My God, 20,000 views, 50,000 views, 35,000. Like, holy shit, they have a lot of AI Trump on hogs. What the fuck? Like, what is going on? 121,000 followers. Holy shit, they're doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job. Holy shit. I haven't seen Mika's latest meltdown. Can you send me the clip? Can you send me the clip? Do you have a clip of it? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it on X. Let's see. Mika. Let's look up. Let's see. Here comes the panic. Oh, I got it. I got it here. You guys want to watch it? Let's check it out.
As important.
Here we go. It says, let me show it to you guys here. So it says, here comes the panic. MSNBC's Mika Brzezinski goes absolutely unhinged in one of the most insane rants you'll ever see. She hits damn near every buzzword talking point. Well, let's hear her. Let's check it out.
As important as Trump's fascism is, and is the lead story every day.
Point one, fascism. She hit fascism. So there you go. So she hit fascism right away.
And is the lead story every day. His cozying up to dictators.
She got to the second point. She got to dictators.
His obsession with Hitler. That is.
Got Hitler in there.
Now come out. What he has said about our veterans.
Which has never been confirmed.
And what he wants to do with the military against his political
Wow, she really is hitting every fucking talking point.
adversaries. It's all huge news. This is the future that we're looking at in the next Trump term, if there is one. But this is what voters know right now, that he is killing us.
Jesus Christ, is she okay?
Talking about us women. He's killing us.
Why? Because you're not allowed to kill your babies? He's killing you because, like Mika, newsflash, girl, you're not in danger of getting pregnant. Calm the fuck down.
He is putting us at risk. He is making us afraid to have babies.
What? Guys, what is Trump doing to make you afraid to have babies? Anybody want to tell me what Trump's doing to make you afraid to have babies?
He is putting our reproductive health at risk. And
no, he's not. He's just leaving it up to the states to decide. And he's not even doing it. The Supreme Court is.
Some women have died already.
No, they have. Nobody has died as a result of the abortion bans. Stop. People have died because they're fucking stupid.
Because of this. So we can see right now what's coming. These headlines and very good reporting, by the way, that
Oh my God. Does she really just want to point out how great her own reporting is?
shouldn't be questioned by idiots.
Wait, whoa.
Reporting, by the way, that shouldn't be what's coming. These headlines and very good reporting, by the way, that shouldn't be questioned by idiots.
Did you just say you're an idiot to question MSNBC's reporting? Like, really? Like, you're an idiot to question their reporting? Like, wow, she's fucking lost it.
About what Trump has said about Hitler. That's incredibly important to know. But I do understand.
Look at how uncomfortable they all are. Like, they are all unbelievably uncomfortable. Like, holy shit. These guys are like, what is going on? Like, wow, look how uncomfortable they look.
Understand that people who are busy and that are people who are just tapping in may not be able to comprehend because we've been free. We've been comfortable. We cannot comprehend that. And I understand that. I validate that it is hard to go from here to there. It is where we're going. I hope we don't find out the hard way. But what's happening with women right now is real, and it is playing out across America.
Jesus Christ. Like, that is a bitter, fucking batshit crazy Karen of a woman. Like, oh my, like, girl, you need some help. Like, you really need to get some help. Like, holy shit, you need to speak to someone because you have lost your fucking mind. Like, exactly, John Henry. Unhinged. Like, she is completely unhinged. And what Corey's just said is absolutely right. Having an abortion is far more dangerous than carrying a baby to term. Simple as that. There's no way around that. Like, there's no way around that. Having a baby carrying a baby to term is way safer than having an abortion. But like, Mika definitely needs to talk to someone because this woman is fucking unhinged. Like, oh my God, this woman is having some issues. Like, wow, like that is, whoo, my dear, you need some help. Like, wow. That is horrifying. I mean, Jesus Christ, that woman has lost her shit. Somebody said she said, fascism, dictator, Hitler, veterans, hoax, use military on political opponents. He is killing us women, abortion, and you idiots are not allowed to question the MSM and their Hitler allegations. Like, seriously, like, she is fucking deranged. Jesus Christ. Like, this, like, and the sad part is, like, here's the thing. Guys, if you're a guy who supports abortion, you're a piece of shit. I just as far as that goes on when she's talking about abortion, you're a piece of shit. It means you support being able to kill babies. You're a piece of shit. Like, let me just put it that way. But yeah. All right, so guys, look, that is 4:30 for me. So I will probably be streaming again later tonight. But that is probably going to be it for me today. Because guys, I'm also going to be cutting this up into clips and stuff. So I want to be able to, like, I don't have an editor, so I have to do it. And I want you guys to know that when it comes to editing, I'm a fucking idiot. So so you got to be, I'm going to do the schedule. Don't worry. So I'm going to have it out. I'll have out the schedule. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. And I'm going to go try to figure out how to clip stuff. Like, luckily, I think Twitch does a great job. Twitch makes it easy for you to clip stuff. So, and luckily Twitch didn't ban me showing the other stuff. So I will be able to, I'll be able to use their system to clip stuff. So I'm going to clip each of those like Jubilee segments into different videos for YouTube. So I'm going to try, like, guys, I'm working hard to be a full-time content creator, even though I can't use TikTok anymore. So we'll see how it all works out. All right. But I do want to thank everybody for joining. See y'all later.